student, I can customize and teach you guys. Or in any case, I have my own plan. Done? You are all belonging to different groups, right? Not single group. Huh? You have your laptops? Why don't you show me your PPTs and all? Come, take a chair. Raghu, yours is sent it to him. Let me see the presentation. Pull up one chair here. You can also send your PPT first assignment presentation to my mail ID once again. Online student, okay? First, we started with Portman. Yes. Purpose is to attract you. Objective is to attract new customer and customer business. This be the company that is all the problem to improve the business. To providing sir, this is all the business objective. Where is HR objective?
In the objective, I am not much sure, but in
okay. So basically, objective means the core. We are also discussing about the Portman one PPT. You can hear one of your present. See, in the objective, what you written is that there are one is business. Business is to want to run the business by giving the personal wallet as a customer service. Now, what is the HR they have taken? How? What is the objective of this study? Portman Hotel. Where do you guys sit here? Sit. Come, you also come in the front. What is the objective of the case? Southwest Airlines is relatively easy. All of you know, I suppose. Yes, right. Yes. So let us not discuss about that. What you know, what you don't know, let's discuss. Then I'll get into my recruitment training and development. Hello, am I audible? Online students?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we are talking about the Southwest Airlines, fairly known to all of you, and I've also discussed. Portman Hotel is little ticklish, I suppose. Am I right or not? Hello? Hello, online student, am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I'm taking one of the presentation by one of your colleague. He has written objective, he has mostly written more on the business. The case study presents various challenges faced by the company, possible solution that can solve the problem to improve the business. Okay. Whereas the whole objective of the case study is, what is that? What could be the goal objective of the case study in one line? That is where our intelligence here goes up, right? It's very difficult to cull it out and digest. That's what we are supposed to learn. What could be the what is the objective? Okay. Primary objective of the customer. Okay. See, organizational structure is the primary objective. Okay. What else, sir? Sorry? Vision oriented. Yourself, sir? Oh, okay, no problem. Online student, what is the objective of the Portman Hotel? Yeah. We will not discuss Southwest Airlines, don't worry, because we already discussed. Once we discuss for 10-15 minutes Portman Hotel, then we'll get into our recruitment training and development. Okay. What is the objective of the Portman Hotel? Online student, I hope I'm audible to you guys. There are 10 of you are there. Good.
Yes.
It's all.
What is the objective of the Portman Hotel?
HR was they failed in understanding the company.
Okay, go ahead. Let's discuss 30 minutes on this case. Then we'll get into our subject. See, you can say what it is not, I can tell. You can say about Portman Hotel is about improving the business by adopting the model of European system in an Asian in American system. That you can say it. That is a business one. What else you can say? You give me, I'll say no, yes. Then I'll say what is it. Let's say what is not, then we'll come to what it is. Yeah, obviously it is all about making a big business of Portman Hotel by using the Asian model and trying to do in America. Okay, US. That is a business model. But whereas you are studying this case in HR, which means it's more to do something here somewhere with HR. Like how it's to do with HR? Okay, let's compare this with the Southwest Airlines. What is Southwest Airlines? How HR successfully played to take care of improving the operation of the, that is all the objective of Southwest Airlines case study. How HR policies, practices, systems, or HR method of doing really helped Southwest Airlines to be operational effective. Has it the objective on learning of Southwest Airlines? Yes or no? All of you. Online student.
Yes, sir.
You know, basically, HR played a major role in Southwest Airlines. HR, when I say HR policy, HR approach, HR system, the way of recruiting, the way of training, really helped the company to be operationally effective. That's one line. Here, exactly opposite. Here, there are two objectives. One objective, they come with the same intention. Intention is what? Through HR, I'm going to give an excellent service to the business visitor, and thereby I'll please them so that they'll come again. You can please the customer in many ways by giving the nice infrastructure, nice computer, nice comfortable sofa, attractive tariff, pickup. All those things can be done. It is not ruled out. They have said that apart from all those things, we are going to give a personalized service through HR. They wanted to work out this one as the intention. The intention was that, yes, I'm taking care of I'm going to adopt a model of Asian successful model in US. Therefore, I'm sure I'm going to make the business successful. That was from business angle. In that, they also wanted, I'm going to give an excellent infrastructure, excellent tariff rate, excellent brand name, everything is there. But apart from all those things, I want to make sure HR is going to add a critical value to the customer. How? By giving a personal wallet. The personal wallet will go out of way to take care of the customer in pleasing them. So that customer is getting 5-star customer. They are getting extraordinary service. That was the intention. The intention was how HR in terms of personal wallet can improve the customer service to improve the business service. But when they implemented, they failed totally. So in a nutshell, what is the objective? The intention of this case study was very good intention of using HR as a driver, as a competitive driver to take care of the business, number one. However, at the implementation stage, everything gone for a task. So finally, HR implementation failed. Whatever intention of personal wallet helped the businessman failed, and company also got sold out. Am I clear? Am I right? All of you did, 10 of you must study this case study. Online student, do anybody want to add anything more? Hello? Have I explained the objective of this Portman Hotel clearly?
Yes, sir.
Or you want to add something more? Yeah. Yeah, see what they want to do, it's simple. In a simple layman's language, I want to give the customer, suppose you are coming to my Portman Hotel. What do you want? You want a very good known hotel, branded hotel, all sorts of facilities at a tariff comparable. One side you want this thing. The other side, I have everything, but you are not getting proper service through human being. Right? It is like going to an Apollo hospital, some other hospital, excellent hospital, but you don't have good surgeon to surgery. Correct. You have best of the hospital, best of the equipment, best of the CT scan machine and everything. But you don't have good competent doctor or a kind and cultured competent doctor to attend to the patient. Or you have a mediocre hospital, We have this kind of facility. Which will be better? Correct. Will you go for a, suppose you want to send somebody for a surgery or anything like, will you send it to some hi-fi hospital where the surgeon himself is not there, or is not competent, he is not cultured, he is not human oriented? Will you send that patient to there? Or somewhere this guy is there in some other level of hospital? That is where the whole objective is. Here they wanted to give the customer extreme personalized service in the name of personal valet. When you come, you'll be treated like a VIP. You'll be given all sorts of help and facilities, booking your ticket, booking your, taking care of laundry, everything will be taken care of. So the whole focus was, how can I make customer delight, customer, this thing excellent through HR, through personal valet. But that is what the whole case study, the whole study says, though intention was good, the implementation is also equally important. In the implementation, since has not been implemented HR practices in a very synchronized, aligned manner, the whole case has gone for a task. That is the objective of the case. Right, now, sir? Now, how it has gone for the task? What they said, we will provide each floor number of valets. They have not provided. Number two, like we discussed in the last class, the job content itself. What they taught personal valet will do, it's an unimaginable job. Like I can ask you to come and study for 6 hours. I cannot ask you to attend 14 hours a class, right? Even 6 hours also a little stretching for yours. 3 hours could have been all right. 6 hours you can stretch it because of your other thing. But I can put you to work for 12 hours to attend the class. It's not possible. So personal valet, we taught them he will look after his personal interest. He will look after his legal interest. He will take care of the job content, job description. What we discussed was too big. It was not professionally the right job description. Hence, starting itself is a failure. Like for example, you ask me to teach for 3 hours, it's okay. Ask me to teach 6 hours, I may stretch for a day or two. But if you ask me to teach every day 10 hours, it's not humanly possible. Correct. So the personal valet's job content itself, the starting itself, fit theory has gone for a task. Defect. Second defect is, when you need 10 number of personal valet, you provided them 6. Okay. The third thing is, you have not paid a big salary. You paid them right market salary, then you expected that you will make a big money from the customer by doing an extreme service. So you are not given a chance for them to do a service to the customer. So neither you paid salary. First mistake is, in terms of HR, your job content, job description of personal valet was wrong. Not correctly assessed. Second, your second thing about salary content was wrong. You paid him less salary or market salary. You expected him to make a big salary, which was not taking place. Third, when adequate number of people to be placed, you place less number of people. Third, all HR was failing. Everywhere it was failing. Fourth, when they come up with a grievance, you didn't bother to listen. Fifth, when there's a need for some supervisor or a training, you are not provided. So HR front, everywhere it failed. That is what we are supposed to learn from this case study, not on the top of it business. Yeah, business is a story. What is in nutshell for HR students to learn? The job content of personal valet, the job description of personal valet was imaginarily utopian was done. It is not practically possible. Wrong. First step wrong. Two, the number of job personal valet you put is less, wrong. Supervisor you are not provided, it was wrong. You are not provided the right salary. You are not provided the right kind of training. So which kind of HR you did well? Though the intention was, I'm going to drive this business through HR like Southwest. Am I clear now? Have you understood? Is it become simple or straightforward or not? Now, online student, have you understood this case simple and straightforward?
Yes, sir.
Anybody
Yes,
like
sir.
to summarize? Anybody like to summarize what I told you? I would be happy if you could summarize. So we don't have to get lost when you're reading a case study. If you know once or twice, what is this guy is trying to study? What is the objective? What is the learning of the case? Whatever I told you is objective, what is the learning? Both are together right here. What I said, it could be an objective. What I said, it would be a learning. Anybody says, no, sir, much more than that. What I said is there or much more than that. Online student, I want your comments here. Have I covered it or not covered it? Tell me. Then once you complete next 5 minutes, we'll get to the next topic, recruitment. Anybody like to summarize? There are 16 of you online. Come on, I would expect somebody to summarize. Today is your domination, not the offline student. You are 16 here, less than 10. Okay, you want to conclude? Can I move on, or you want to say something? Yeah. Try. Conclude. One of you conclude, then I want to take up the recruitment. Today I want to complete, whether students are not there or there, I have to complete my syllabus. I'll complete today. Recruit.
The last one.
Sorry? Come on. You ask some question.
Sir, business objective was to treat customers like king.
Excellent. Very well said.
HR failed in implementing it, even though the intentions were good. They did not fix good salary for PVs. They expected they will get through tips, which they did not get.
Yeah. Even the job description itself is too large.
Yes,
big.
sir. They were expected to do all the work from cleaning to assisting them for day trips in the morning. So
okay. So you all of you understood. Correct. Okay, let's move on. It's very simple and straightforward. So the point is, one, to learn this case study. Second is how to learn a case study out of case. Are you getting my point? It looks like 25 page, right? 30 page. But do you think that anything more than that, what I told you? Nothing. So that is what I want you guys to learn. Huh? No, nice in the objective is only 5. Though the intention of HR driving the business to make it more successful was the objective, like similar to Southwest Airlines. 1. 2, but the way conceived and implemented was not correctly synchronized, not implemented. Starting from designing the job, starting from recruitment, starting from salary, starting from training, starting from understanding the grievance. Everything was not properly implemented, hence it's gone for a toss. That's all in the case study. Otherwise, a lot of big story. And so I hope you guys learn to pick up a case study, read without any tension. Yeah, you have to read. Hard work is needed. To get it started, you need a hard work. But if you are smart enough, once you read with a pencil and try to think and align, what is it these guys are trying to make? Like any business, when we write a case study, we also want to do some tamasha, right? Otherwise, the case study will not be a case study. Okay, now the done, guy. Now today's topic I want to take up is recruitment and training and development. Okay. Are we ready for the today's session? Online students? Now,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
okay, now we suppose we say recruitment first. We are going to be talking recruitment in terms of biocon industry. Okay. We presume Raghu is sitting in front of me. He's HR director. Okay. The other 3 guys are board of directors. Raghu is in charge of recruitment. Biocon industry has got 3,000 employees as on today. Okay. Maybe 1,000 guys are into marketing. Assistant manager, market researcher, vice president marketing, call anything. Maybe 500 people are into manufacturing, producing capsules, medicines, and things like that. Maybe another 500 students, pharmacists are in research, doing clinical research, coming up new medicines. Another 100 people may be in your staff, accounting, HR, marketing, marketing we already talked about, HR, accounts, infrastructure, and things like that. There are 3,000 people. Now the company will go for a recruitment. It's not far or closed it. Now how will you approach it? My question is clear to all of you online students. We are talking with
Yes,
particular
sir.
particular reference to Biocon. Raghu is HR director. His head will go for a task today because he has to report to the board of directors. He's getting a hefty salary, 60-70 lakh rupees. He's responsible primarily for recruitment. The company is like this, 3,000 employees as on today. How will you approach recruitment?
So specific requirements for that position and what are all the
Right.
Business plans.
What you said business plan and specific requirement. Okay, done.
Yes.
Business-
Getting
Yeah.
the detailed JD of the.
Okay. Betting the business plan, Raghu, quickly you write. JD, you can write short form also. JD. Okay, 2. He's already said. Job he said, business plan he said, requirement he said. 3 words have come up. Come on. Guys, we are all now 25 people. We have to give a very concrete, professional, formal, consistent recruitment plan. Right? We are 25 of us here. We cannot only talking here and there words. Correct, na? First here and there word talk, then I'll take it synchronized. That is why I started with a professional one company. 3 words have come up. What will you do? Raghu will do only this much? Or Raghu will just justify his salary of 60 lakhs as an HR guy? Right? And do you think recruitment is an important job or Bygone or not? It's an important job. So which means a lot of professional thought to be put in. That's why we are studying 3 hours here. Maybe 1.5 hours we are going to study on that subject only. So how will you go about it? Come on.
Any vacancies which
Okay.
want to fill it?
Any vacancies, right?
Yeah.
Raghu says financial projection. You can write down that. Come on, you list down all the points, whatever you want to say. Because at the end of the day, Raghu has to submit to the board of directors what is going to be recruitment planning, process, policy, strategy for the next year. This is my plan. This is my approach. This is what I have to be done.
We have to identify the platforms where we gonna post out the opportunities.
Okay. Identify platform for posting the opportunities. Okay. Go ahead. Good. Freely think so that you bring all your point. I'll synchronize it.
We have to plan how the interview process gonna, like the structuring of the interview process.
Okay. Structuring the entry process. Raghu, you're noting, na? Structuring the entry process, right?
So training, sir. Training and
Training for what? When you recruitment, what is training? What training comes? Training is separate. Next. After 1.5 hours, we'll talk about training. Oh, he says competency of the person to be recruited. Okay. Along with JD, you can write competency. Correct? JD oblique competency assessment. Done. Come on, all of you exhaust your point, then I'll tell you. Sorry? Schedule for the interview. Okay. Interview process, he said. Schedule for the interview.
Decide on what rounds to be taken.
Decide
Like,
on what rounds to be taken. Very well.
Mm.
How many rounds of interview?
Yes,
Right?
yes,
Okay,
sir.
done. Interview structure and planning done. You exhaust all your points.
Before going outside also, we can do internal.
Yeah, promotion within and recruitment outside, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
promotion from within and yeah, linear hiring. Okay, done. Good points. What else? Now, all these 10 points you've given, how Raghu is going to put up to the board of directors? Are they going to be listening all those things? If I'm a ruthless chairman like Mazumdar madam, will Raghu will come and say, madam, I'm going to do interview, I'm going to do this thing. Are you getting my point? That's what I given you a case. He is a director. I am madam. Board of directors are there. You are getting 60-70 lakh salary. Recruitment is very important. Okay, you are going to, like any other department, you are going to give your whatever, get it approved. Will you give this language? If you come and talk to me, I will see the JID, I will see the competency mapping, I will see this entry round of discussion. Will it hold good in the board of directors meeting? Am I clear, my dears?
yes, sir. Based on the business
Huh?
plan, business growth, so so many manpowers. are
Okay, I'll
required.
tell you. It has to be very systematic, formal. You start first with one pillar. There will be 5-6 pillars systematically done. What is the first pillar for recruitment? Manpower planning, forecasting. Write down. You will work out a manpower planning and forecasting. First pillar. Am I right? I hope you are taking notes.
Yes, sir.
When I take about manpower planning and forecasting, how will you do? This is the first point. Now, what is 1.1, 1.2, 1.3? Now think only this one. Don't get into your sourcing, application, advertisement, interview, and all those things. Okay. Now start thinking. You are thinking only here. I said pillar 1. Okay, write down. Now, good point. In the manpower forecasting, what is a business expansion? Projection. Okay. For example, they want to get into 5 more countries. Right? Or marketing guys already have 500 people. He want to get into new market in India. There's a market expansion by marketing guy. Or there's an expansion up into new countries. Introducing new product, you need new sets of people. Though you may be having surplus people one side, but the other side, you need newly competent people to take care of the new molecules. All new, that's again right on. So what we said, business projection, expansion, internally, externally, internationally. Right. This will come from where? This will come from your budgeted projection. The budget has been prepared already. Projection has been done. Business strategy has been done. Projection has been done. And also all the hiring department, functional department were party to already that one. Am I talking clear, my dear students? Are we talking now more professionally?
Yes, sir.
Now, when you go and talk to people, the first point that when you come and give to the madam, saying that, madam, today we have 3,000 people. We are going to increase it to 4,000. She will say, why the hell? Why? Why the hell? What for? Why? I'm not here to charity. Then he will say, no, 5 countries we are going. We need 30 people. Okay. Marketing is from 10 states getting into 3 more states. Marketing is coming with 3 more products. We need so much. So we will increase so much. Correct. So we have to give that kind of. So one is expansion based on your, what are the words you will use? Business projection, budget, hiring department people's requirement. That's what I said. Only one point you think. Don't get into the second, third one, all those things. What else we can think about? Budget, projection by the department, expansion of business internationally, globally. All those things will give an indication of where my business is going to take next year. Accordingly, how many people I needed. Maybe I have. Maybe I need to add people. 1 point. Okay. 1.2. There's a word called allowance. What is allowance? No. Allowance is here wastage. Allowance is used a positive word. It's basically wastage. What does it mean? Practically, last 2-3 years, what has been the resignation, sacking, attrition rate? If you have a 3,000, it is happening, right? It's not that it's not happening, right? Maybe some people you sacked, some people they resign, some people they retired. So that is called allowance. Okay. Attrition, you call it. So what has been there? Last few years, it has gone to, say, out of 3,000, we are getting 200 people, 300 people getting out. So I need to replace the 200 people. That also comes under recruitment, right? So that comes under your projection. Manpower. Second way of projecting. What is the third way? So we think about only that one, right? They are also one of the hiring department. When I say HR, marketing, supply, everybody is a department for me, right? HR also, when you have to increase to 10 countries, maybe that you go, he needs that too. That also will come into, like any other department. Now we are not keeping HR different. So first point is manpower forecasting, manpower planning. In that, we say, madam, we have 3,000. We are going to 4,000 because 5,000 needed for expansion and projection based on the budget and the new business plan. You can write the word business plan, projection, budget, hiring managers request. These are the words comes under your manpower planning and projection. Based on that, we need 500 people. Another 300 people, in any case, I have to provide for allowance. It's happening historically. It will happen. So 800 people or 900 people I have to recruit. So the number is clear. So now once the number is clear, it also now you have to break that number into department wise, position wise. Maybe 800 into marketing, finance, supply chain, international posting, middle level, junior level, top level. All those things have to come into that one. When you come and make a presentation to me, will I listen to your all the first words? When you come and make to me, then I will look at it, right? Otherwise, Raghu will be thrown out immediately. Raghu has to come and tell me in a small Excel sheet. This is what addition. This is what in each department at that level, at that kind of this thing. Then I will listen, right? Then I will say, okay, go ahead. You are a board of director. If you are 16 people online, let us take 6 people into board of directors. The other 6 people are projecting. Are we clear? Am I talking professionally or am I talking generally common sense wise? Guys, all 16.
Professionally, sir.
Are we in the same line? Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now so one is you concluded the number of people based on projection, budget, business plan, whatever. This is the language you are supposed to talk. Allowance and everything you talk to. Now you also break that into department wise, level wise. Maybe 15 marketing, 15 supply chain, 15 research, 5 in HR, and the level, assistant manager, training, and how many you promoted, how many you are hiring. That also you'll have to give in the projection. Because management wants to know in detail, right? In numbers. They are not interested in HR language of I'm going to recruit, I'm going to a second round of interview and all those things. That's your headache. I'm interested in number. That's all. Your experience and all those things. That all you have to give me. And no, not only that. How many people out of this 800, how many you are already promoting? Maybe 200 I'm promoting. 600 I have to take outside. So all this will come under your manpower planning, forecasting, manpower budgeting. Single word. Are we clear with the one word? All my students, are we clear?
Yes,
Sir.
yes,
Only
Yes.
one pillar. So you concluded. Now you're done and presented to me saying that, sir, this is my manpower planning, forecasting, projection, budget for the next year. I've already taken care of business plan. I've taken care of the budget. I've taken care of the requirement from the people. I've taken care of expansion. I've taken care of allowances. I've also taken care of how many people can be promoted, how many people have to. Finally, this is a number. Will I listen or not? I listen, right? If you make a presentation like that, will I listen or not? Maybe that I don't agree with you 800. I will say no. At here, that, make it 600. Or I may say that no, make it 850. That's all will enter. But at the end of the day, I will listen. One pillar is over. What is the next pillar, guys? Here itself, you will give a financial budgeting also. Na? If you are going to recruit 800 people, I mean, at what level, you will also give a tentative figure of all those. So first pillar is through. All of us, are we clear with the first pillar? Now what is the next pillar? So you are going to give me only 10 Excel sheet or one Excel sheet or 10 PPTs. One is clear, this one. What is the next action? You already come to that, right? So many people I need, 800 people I need after doing all this step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which seems to be logical, scientific, consistent, formal, right? No talking on the air, no theoretical words, which the board is not concerned with your theoretical words of advertisement, recruitment, interview. They are not bothered about it, right? That's your headache. But they are bothered about this number. How did you arrive it? Why did you arrive it? How much it's going to cost me? That you're given a reason. What is next pillar? What is the next pillar, my dear? What is the right word for the next pillar? Next pillar. Well, let's call it pillar or a block. First pillar or block is you concluded. What is the next one? Executing is a vast word. Implementation is also a vast word. Okay. Now the next plan is that you are, what is your recruitment policy and strategy? Every company has got a recruitment policy and strategy. Are you with me, all of you?
Yes, sir.
When I say recruitment policy and strategy, we want to go with the diversion, equity, inclusion. Could be a policy of a company. Okay. We want to promote largely That's a policy of a company, recruitment policy of a company. When we are working internationally, like we discussed last time in the class, whether we are going for a PCN, TCN, HEN model. You remember last time I told? Whether you are going for a regiocentric, what's approach you want to have. All those things, company policy has to be taken into consideration before planning, right? We want to have a centralized recruitment or decentralized recruitment, how the recruitment is supervised. Recruitment is done by the HR department or outsourced. What kind of job is outsourced? What kind of full-time employees taken? All those things has to come in your recruitment policy and strategy. You can call it policy, you can call it strategy, you can call it process. Are we clear? Hello, students, 16.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Clear,
sir.
sir. Next
Yeah.
step. Yes, sir.
Clear. Do you like to add anything to that, or I can move on to the third pillar? Now, I hope we will talk in the same language right now, right? After the session is over. Okay. Now, what is third? You concluded. You also clear or reiterated your company's HR policy. You're going for diversion, equity, centralized recruitment, using consultant, our own recruitment, more promotion, or outsourcing the job. Only core people are going to keep. All those things will come under your recruitment policy, strategy, and philosophy of the company. Or long-term employment of people, or sacking the people. Like Tata and all, they don't want to remove people. Reliance don't mind sacking people. So your recruitment policy and strategy will capture everything. Accordingly, recruitment will come more or less. Second pillar. What will be the third pillar? What could be the third pillar? You use the word execution and implement. That's all too vast, too general. Huh? The third thing is what you did in the last class. For all the posts, what you did in the last class. How you use the word for that? Recruitment position profiling. Recruitment position profiling. You will come with a big dossier. Occupation classification, job content, job description, KRA, KPA. Then only you can get into competency-based recruitment. Otherwise, what you'll do? Like what Portman has done. Okay. So what is the word you used? Recruitment, position profiling. In that, what will you do? Like last of the American, jobs or Canadian, they have clear-cut occupation classification. What is the job is? What is the job content? What is the job description? What is the must and wants of the job? What the job really contains? It will come as a dossier. If 1,000 people go to work, how much time, how much clarity it needs. And why do we do that? Tell me. If you don't do it, what will happen? If you do it, what will happen? If you do it, your recruitment failure will be less. You will not mess up. If you don't do it, it's an ad hoc. The failure chances could be significant. Wrong candidate, right? You'll mess up. Like especially when you do it at lateral level, senior level wrong without a clarity, it will be a big damage. Not only that guy will damage himself, damage the company, he will also damage another 6 people who are already working very good. Suppose you've taken a VP marketing from some other company, was come and worked it. Okay, he found to be, maybe he's competent technically, conceptually he's weak, or human relation wise he's weak. So you are sacking him after 6 months. He will go away by taking your 1 month notice period or anything like that. But in the process, 6 months he messed up with the 6 managerial level people who are already doing a good job. They are demoralized. They already started applying somewhere else. Their productivity has calmed down, right? So recruitment is a very important function. HR is important. Always, that's what we are trying to live. But recruitment becomes more important. So you need all this kind of things. Real job content analysis, job description analysis, occupation classification, KRA, KPA, must and wants. All those things have to be taken care of in the third pillar. So we touched 3 pillars. Now are we talking professional language? What are the 3 pillars we touched it? Manpower, forecasting, planning, budgeting. One. Second one is
Recruitment policy and
Receive
strategy.
policy, strategy, and process. Third is recruitment, position, profiling. But under each one, you will have 5 point, 10 point. It's up to you. You guys, you can add whatever point. What is fourth one? What is the fourth pillar or fourth block? Now, I hope you are going systematically, right? Easy for you to think also. Now, what is the fourth one? Come on, now you are afraid of talking, right? I will not bully you guys. Come on. But I don't bully. Do I bully you guys more? No, I'll little only. right. What is the fourth one?
Onboarding, sir.
Hey, now you got straight gone into onboarding, man. Where is that source? Your source? Where is that you got recruited? All those things. Okay. Now you can also have along with the position profiling, you can also have a next little more research on terminology and usage of words, clarity. Like in most of the agreement you see now, this word means this word means this word. Like for example, what is recruitment? What is selection? What is eligibility? There's a lot of different words, right? So you will say eligibility means nobody can compromise. If I want MBA means I want MBA. If I say not more than 45 years means not more than 45 years. Correct. So the terminology also captured so that people working across are very well communicated. In our company, in the recruitment parlor, these are the words. Eligibility means eligibility, which in a junior HR guy will close it. Even a president cannot change that. Right. Selection means finally to be selected by that. Recruitment encompasses everything. Okay, the words could be, what are the words could be? Recruitment, eligibility, selection, competency-based recruitment. Write down. Inclusive recruitment, holistic recruitment. Each word has got a meaning. Rather, this also in continuation to your HR recruitment policy. When I said competency-based, I want to recruit a people based on competency fitting to my position. I'm not ad hoc wise, somebody will take it and take a recruitment. My eligibility criteria will be clearly mentioned. My selection will be based on eligibility through first, then competency through second. Okay. Then the third thing is, what are the other terminology? We'll use it here. Recruitment, selection, eligibility, competency-based recruitment.
Qualifications.
That all will come under your eligibility, right? I said holistic selection, inclusive selection. Meaning by inclusive selection mean that I will give overall weightage. Technical, functional qualification, skill, conceptual qualifications, you can write out. Technical, functional, knowledge, skill, conceptual knowledge and skill, human interpersonal knowledge and skill, managerial leadership skills, technical means IT skills, team oriented skills, adapting to change management. These are the terminology. It could be more. These are the terminology my recruitment team must know. My company will look for all this kind of things. Are we going properly systematically? This is the fourth. What is fifth? Now you got a lot of preparation. Now, so far the fourth one is 1, 2, 3, 4 comes under what? Planning. Now you are getting into the era of execution or implementation. Okay. 4 pillars are basically planning pillars. Like how many of you read the book 7 Habits of Highly Effective People? Stephen Covey, you met. So 16 students, how many of you read the book 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey? Have you read it or not? Have you heard about the book?
No.
Yes, sir.
What is the first? What is the first principle? Sharpen the sharp before cutting the tree. What does it mean? Literally, you take a knife or whatever short to cut a tree. You go and start cutting it with all hard work up for 12 hours. You don't cut, and then your sharp also gets broken. You are also broken. One. Or the other way is that the other way of doing it is that you spend 2-3 hours in finally sharp it and do it clearly, nicely, then probably you'll cut it in 1 hour with effortless ease, without any mistake. So that's what here we are doing. First is you have your planning, strategy, policy, approaches, how to go about it, terminologies, everything very clear. That's what you did in the first one. Now, if Raghu comes and makes a presentation up to this 4, are you making a useful presentation to the board of directors, or are you wasting that time? I'm asking all of you. Will they listen to you happily, or will they say, no, what nonsense you are talking? And especially people like me sit there. Correct. Correct. Okay. Now next is execution. Okay, guys. Now what is the 5th pillar? Or the first pillar of execution? Planning, you got 4 pillars. The next is execution. You use the word execution or implementation. What is the first pillar?
Make announcements or
Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Make announcements.
referrals. Referrals.
Probably Raghu coming to line. What is the next line? You know the number of vacancy, number of people, the people. Now you go about it. Start getting the profiles, right? Now what is the word you'll use? Right word. Sourcing profiles for talent acquisition. You can say talent acquisition, sourcing profiles. Correct. That is the number 1 execution pillar, right? Okay. Now, in this, what are the sources to you? Write down 5-6 source. Okay. Write down employee referral. 1 source. What are the other sources? Okay. Through the consultants and recruitment agencies. 2.
LinkedIn.
LinkedIn, social media through, I can put the word print media and social media. Print media is you are putting an advertisement through newspapers and journals and wherever you call it properly. Or social media could be your LinkedIn, your whatever, Facebook or whatever you call it. You put it there.
Colleges.
Going to the campuses, professional institutes, campus interviews, MBA or M Pharmacy, P Pharmacy colleges. What else?
Informing the current employees if they know anybody.
Internal notice board. Put a
Yes.
notice inside the campus. Employee referral as well as putting largely notice inside. What else? Come on, what else? Job fair. You can conduct. See, today, gone are the days that somebody applied for that. You as a king, you are waiting to make him reject a candidate. Today, it's marketing. Recruitment is marketing. Right? Somebody say that I don't want to do marketing, I want HR. I said, Jalibal, recruitment is simply marketing. I don't want the XYZ. Okay. I want the best candidate, competent, cultured, adaptable, right guy at the right place at the right salary, right? Which means good guy may not be interested in joining me. And I'm told in many times in your classes, Google says I'm recruiting, but I don't need your CV. Google says. That means we know your importance. We know where you are. I don't want anybody that, treating them 10 years back, oh, you're recruiting means you are a big boss. I'm applying means I'm a small guy. That was the philosophy. No, implied or expressed. Today, the philosophy is different. No, man, I want to hunt you. I want you talent. I want human capital. I want to acquire talent, which means job fair. You conduct a job fair. How? Yes, he's used the word headhunting. Today, you are going to various associations. The big bosses, HR guy, your own business association. You happen to see somebody is doing very well, or your competitor marketing guy is doing very well, or your researcher in the other pharma company is doing very well. So that guy is not interested. He is not even having his CV. He will not even giving his CV to you. He's not bothered. He's very well settled. He's happy. You have to make effort to go and market. Tell him, come man, I did it. 1 or 2 position. It took 4 sittings to make that the guy, okay, I will give you my profile. Okay, I may give you my profile. After 4 sitting, okay, I'll come for a coffee. What does it mean? You have to promote. So that means today, it's not that simply putting an advertisement, sitting at your laurels, somebody will come and wait, you call candidates for interview and close it. No. That way recruitment cannot take place. So which are the points you written? Print media, social media, referral, headhunting, campus recruitment, job fair, professional association circulation, pharmacy association, MBA association, or Confederation of India, or your whatever IT or NESCOM, everywhere you put an advertisement. You spread through and through. Not simply put other recruitment. I'm telling you, recruitment today is the toughest job. Any post, I hope you people agree with me. When you go for to get a job, maybe it seems to be difficult for you. But when you sit the other side, recruiting, selecting the right guy and putting him on the seat is not an easy job. It's also he will not come. He will not go. He will take 1 month to join, then he will say, no, I cannot join. When somebody is sick, somebody is gone, what can he do, sir? He will place all these emotional kind of things, though he must be doing something else. He will come and say, what is, sir? My last week one guy happened, Hyderabad, Sai Dinesh. I appointed him to be posted in Thailand, Phuket, so many interviews. He was so much charged and energy, this and that, sir. He was after me 10 calls, sir. When can I go, this and that? 3 days before he said, you started crying and sir, what do we do? My grandfather has got into ICU. He started with that. Then I could see this guy is racking me. I said, okay, man, take care of it and come back. After 2 days, sir, he's dead. I said, okay, you complete the formality and come. After 4 days, no, sir, my mother is also, his blood pressure has come down like anything. I'm talking this to cut start the stories, how people make it. Now you cannot help it. Okay. Now at this point. So any other sources? How many sources we written? 7 sources we written. Anything else you want to add? Let's make it sweet and short. Print media advertisement, social media advertisement, referral advertisement, internal advertisement, consultants hiring through consultant hiring, job fair, campus interviews, headhunting. So let's put a right word also. Okay. Anything else we missed it? Guys, how will you go to source? Yeah, internal hiring also. That's also one source for you, right? Anywhere else? Anything else? You want to add anything more, or we can close this one? Sourcing. Should we close this one? Should we move to the next pillar?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I think we covered most of it.
We covered almost, I think. Okay. Now, what is the next pillar? You sourced it. Application has come. What is the next pillar? Okay. Okay. Now, how do you call it? You have to give a nice heading towards this. Huh? Should we call it selection criteria, practices, strategies, or something else? It's up to you. I'm just giving you off the hand. You can call it selection criteria, methodologies, practices, strategies. Okay, now how do you go put it? Come on, guys. Though it looks simple, but today you will get to know that why. If you go, because everything is changing today very fast. Not that, like I told you in the past, what recruitment means. He's like a king that I thrown an advertisement. I am the king. Yeah, you come, you wait. I may select him. That is the king. Right. That was the scenario. Am I right or wrong? May not be in your time. In my time, it was a scenario. Today, they are paying joining bonus. And that in crores, yeah, sometimes. So the scenario is changed. That means your recruitment strategy also should keep pace with that scenario. Now, how will you do it? Here. Come on, guys. Use your intelligence here. Not traditional. You're all young guys. Think differently. Will you ask him to send his CV profile? Yes or no?
CV scanning?
Yes.
You'll ask him to send his CV or profile?
Resume scanning, sir. First one in selection criteria.
No, before scanning, will you ask him to send his CV or profile?
Yes.
I will not. Why? He will already beat the bush around. I don't want to beat the bush around. I will give my template. I will give what is to be written in that CV or profile. You see the difference between when you give a format to be filled by him, when he gives it, 50% your efficiency starts from there. One.
We'll give a JD job description.
Yeah, we'll give a JD job description, which you already done it. You give a JD, you give a job specification to him, but you will not allow him to simply send his CV and profile, which he will write through Naukri.com here and there, some designing, flowering, and beauty, everything he will do it. And also he will conceal the information. He will over highlight some information. He will not come to my must and want of my job. So how do I rectify it? Let me give my own profile, format, template. 1. 2. Nowadays, we also want him to give 5 minutes recorded video. Send it along with that. You know that you send in my own template. You also send a 10 minutes recorded video. What you are saying? 3. Along with the CV template, I will give you 5 questionnaire. Like when you are applying for an MBA admission in abroad and all, one of the criteria is 25%. You have to answer, write 5-6 essays. Why do you consider to do MBA? How you are going to contribute to the community? What is the top thing you've done it? How you are contributing to diversity? How you are going to do up the environment degradation? You know, they'll ask you all sorts of questions and not more than 100 words or 50 words. So that will test your nerve. So similarly, here I may give, see now the changes. He sends a CV. Here I'm changing it to, you will send the CV in my format. You will send you my video recorded 10 minutes or 5 minutes. You also answer my 5 questions. Does it make difference or not? The first step itself. Right. You can eliminate 50%, right? Otherwise, you are wasting his time and our time. He will definitely, every one of us suiting to the job, we are too intelligent that way. And to that, there are people like Naukri.com and all, they will also help you to put it in that way, highlighting your strength and accordingly. But I have to be over smarter than that. Not that I'm against them, but I don't want any wrong recruit. Okay, that is one. What is next? Okay, you got this one. What is that? Some panel has to go to panel to setting up to go through this one. And then shortlist. Second, that's easier. Simple execution. The first one is a little more difficult. Eh? The second one is the panel will go through different panel and a shortlist. Suppose I got 10,000 applications, and in that I need only to shortlist 2,000, 3,000 at this stage. Your different panel will give them good. Okay, you got it. What is next? What is next? What is your selection methodology? Straight away interview? So you can say in the technical round, you say test, presentations, aptitude test, you know, all those kind of things, quantitative test. For example, a senior guy who's going to join at the president, vice president level, it may not be a test, his presentation. What is his strategy, vision for the company? How he turn it around? What is he seeing in this company, current strategy? How he's going to make it turn around? That's a test only, but it's a presentation. It's not a test, it's a presentation. Maybe accounts guy, he will work on, you go through a test on how he'll work on SAP. Okay, it could be test, it could be presentation. Okay, HR guys, questions on how you are going to comply with labor laws. Maybe practical test. So you will have a test or presentation depending upon the function, depending upon the position. That will again make it more clear or not clear? 1. 2, according to me, group discussion is going to play a major impact in selection, many levels, up to the junior level to quite senior level. I mean, suppose you are recruiting a general manager market. You shortlisted 10 guys, best of the guys. Do you think that group discussion can help you or not? I used a general manager marketing for a biocon. You gone through all those things. You got around 15 good candidates. Now the 15 guys, put them into group discussion. Will it help you in taking that entry forward or not? To a large extent, yes. I mean, you cannot have this tool. Only somebody you're calling it only 2 candidates or 3 candidates for a vice president or a president plant. There you may not work it out. But even up to the level of general manager marketing or HR guys, you got HR head for 10 guys. You can have a group discussion. How we are doing value creation. So it is a test, presentation, aptitude test, quantitative test, psychometric test. Acha, senior level. The difficult job today is going through stress and frustration. Stress, test on stress. You don't have to do it for a junior or middle. But definitely when you go up as a GM and profit center in charge and all, this guy has to go through a lot of stress and frustration. He cannot have his own style of working. Yet he will be asked to perform. So he has to go through the capability of going through frustration and stress. So what are the kind of tests we talked about? Test could be psychometric, test could be quantitative, aptitude, test could be group discussion, test could be presentation, test could be, what are the other tests? These are the kind of tests or functional tests, like you are going through statistical, you go through what are the chemistry guys, what are the validation, which are the instrument he can do it, practical laboratory test he can do, or he can give a lecture on good manufacturing practices, good laboratory practices. So all those kind of test and presentation taken right for the right post is one important job. Are we clear, sir, about the test and all? Do you want to add any more tests? 4 levels of people. Top level people, middle level people, junior level people. Purely functional people, technical. Managerial level people. So depending upon which level, which post, this kind of test has to be thought about it, implemented, and then. Now, are we getting towards a competency-based recruitment? Are we getting it more objective or not? Okay. Now your test is over. Then you get into what? Interviews, right? What are the types of interview? One thing, you already have an interview in terms of that his video, 10 minutes presentation. That is a starting point. What are the other kind of interviews? And what do you do in interviews? Why do you do interviews? What is the objective of interview? For different level. Hello, students. Am I going all right?
Yes, sir.
Now, I want you guys to talk. I've been talking, yeah. Take care of my throat, yeah, old man. You guys talk about what are the kind of interviews, why interviews, what kind of interviews. I want you guys to talk. Come on. Okay. Raghu says basically verify the details given in the technical level or just going through the CV, which is technically we call fact-finding interview. Okay, at the end of the day, you guys have to learn all this, the right terminology also. Okay, one is fact-finding interview by going through the CV, asking some questions, tell me about yourself, introduce yourself, what you've done great, what you've not done great, all blah, blah, blah. All those things gets into where did you work, which company you work, did you work on research or sales or marketing? All those things you will try to fact find that by going through cross-checking. That's a fact finding. Call it first round of interview. First round of fact finding interview. What is next? Is that enough? What could be the next?
What are his previous achievements in the current role or the previous jobs, and
Okay.
For the
Good, very good point. What you said is called next to fact finding. You have a structured interview. In the structure, what he said, you'll go mentally prepared. I'm going to ask him, what has been your achievement? What did you achieve? Your plan to go, not that so what you're going to ask a question. What he said is, in the structured questionnaire, all those things have to be kept in mind. You're sitting in front of me. I've been given a structure. I have to ask this question. You have to answer. Like, for example, I was last 2 years, I was in the IM students MBA admission. When they come for MBA admissions, we are all put into a small hotel, nice hotel. lot of foods and things will be given. One day I have to go through 30, 40 students. They're given a clear-cut format. One format is, sir, 10 marks probe on his academic achievements. Okay, 10 marks, ask 3 questions on general knowledge. Give 10 marks. 10 marks you ask on a highly technical question on that one. 10 marks ask him on the global knowledge. 10 marks on his technical awareness. It's clearly structured. We don't have anything. We have to ask that question and give that mark. That is called structured programmed interview. It doesn't mean that you cannot have an open-ended interview. Next is open-ended interview. But you cannot have an open-ended because you are likely to miss the structured main point. Like he said, what has been your achievement? What is his global awareness? What is the other languages he knows? Correct. All those things you will go with a structured questionnaire. You will not miss it. And it's easy also. It's in front of you. Guidelines is in front of you. You ask him. That's called structured interview. And the second one is open-ended. During the process, something he may say good or bad, you will pick up. You'll pick up and grill him and get to know something more. That is open. So what are the interviews we talked about? Fact-finding interview, in that structured interview, and then open-ended interview. What else? Come on, sir, you all have been recruited or you're recruiting. It's a common sense. So far, we all thought common sense. It is not, right?
I think what is his future plan to achieve something is in this particular field or role.
Okay. Okay. So that you'll put it into a structured one is aspirational questions. Okay. You can put it as aspirational related interview. What else?
Any problem currently the company is facing and what kind of solution he can provide, or
That all you will take it in a structure, right?
Okay.
When you prepare a structure, you will say what has been achievement. What are the difficult situation you faced? How did you do it? What do you see the projection of this industry going up? That all will come in a structured question.
What are his short-term and long-term goals?
Plans for himself. Yeah.
Yes.
You can write about his personal
The
goals.
company.
You can write out groping his personal goals interview. What is your short term, middle term, long term, personal, financial, professional goals? That's one very good method we started using. Probing more personally on his short term, mid term, long term, personal, financial, professional goals. This 9-quarter we call it. You can corner him rightly. If somebody has to answer, you ask you, what is your personal goal short term, mid term, long term? What is your financial goal short term, mid term, long term? What is your professional goal short term, mid term? There'll come 9 questions. That's one. Okay. What else? Yeah. You guys can write a book on this after this class today. That is a good article. And send it to all the HR guys. What else? That will be last. Hold on. Compatibility. Okay. What is it? I'll add it. Compatibility interview. I mean, he is asking the moon. Your salary level is 30. That guy comes to ask for 80 levels. Or he comes and says that, first tell me the salary. Then I will talk to you. So you'll try and see the compatibility level. You try and see the compatibility, whether he's going to be compatible or not. Okay, you take that also. There's another concept we are using in the senior level post and all called provoking interview. Purposely we provoke you, irritate you. We'll ask all irrelevant questions to see how you are poised. Even that situation, how you are able to take a keep cool and restrain and give the right kind of answer. That's called provoking interview. We will ask something which is logical, illogical, nonsense and all. Okay, you provoke him. Is he losing his temper? Is he okay? Because when you are recruiting a senior level people, we want not only his functional expertise, we want his conceptual expertise, and we also want his lot of human interpersonal skill, peace, calm, poise, not reacting. That third part can get converted through your provoking question. Provoke him. 1, 2, 3 guys will provoke. They'll come prepared. Which means interview cannot be just come and take in some CVs come. I'll start asking some question like as if I know everything. You don't know anything. I'll try to show I know how better and try to prove how you don't know. That is not interview. How much preparation will need? All this kind of thing will need or not? You have to come prepared to that level. Okay, we come. How many steps you written, Raghu? Back painting, structured, open-ended, aspirational, personal goals level, compatibility level, provoking level, long-term, short-term goals. Have we covered all, or do you want to add more? Online students, we written again 6, 7. In the second execution part, we come up with 2, right? Sourcing talent application, then selection test and practices and interview. We touch 2 points. In the second point, are you okay or you want to add something more? Or you don't agree with some of this point? Come on, guys.
Yeah, yes, sir, covered, sir. Selection.
You covered. Okay, if you covered it, what is next? In the execution, 2 pillar you covered it. What is the third pillar? You've gone through all the test, interview, and everything. You zero down. You created a panel of student. Right. Now what is next? That also you taken in the compatibility level and all. What is next? Though it could be a simple word, but some senior level position, it makes a lot of difference. That's why I'm taking it a simple word separately. Referral checking, background checking, reference checking. Suppose Tata is trying to appoint for this time Air India, a chairman from globally. They gone through all the tests. Here reference is how much important. Can you imagine? Tata is trying to hire a chairman for that Air India one. So obviously it was a global recruit. It was not an Indian alone recruitment. They thrown open everywhere. And probably you see that they gone through all this thing. They gone through job description, they gone through KRA, they gone through presentation, they gone through all sorts of interview, all those kind of things. And the other one more thing is, who will sit in the export interview panel? It cannot be only the departments and bosses. It has to be experts. It has to be psychology professor of stress, subject matter expert, stress expert. When you talked about Tata, it come to me. Tata cannot have the guy has gone through all the tests. Excellent. And in the reference checking, he has done some Scottish. I know I recruited one guy who was too good. He studied from Harvard MBA, what part, McKinsey, his qualification and background, everything, nobody can deny. He is one among the crores of people. But when he checked up reference, Scottish police was after him. Are you getting my point? The guy who did his best of the qualification, which you cannot imagine, obviously worked for the best of the company, including McKinsey, Pepsi, all those kind of company worked in. And you like to see that kind of CV, which may be once in lakh. But when the reference has gone far, it has come to that Scottish police is looking for him to arrest. So the reference checking also, especially at the lateral level, senior level, becomes now a lot of experts are there. Like the way we are discussing, reference also now goes into detail. Check the passport, where all he landed, which are the immigration he's done it. Check with the police. You know, many things comes in, not only the company where he worked it. So the reference checking also becomes a very, very important. Otherwise, again, you'll mess up. Candidate is too good, meeting every requirement. But it should not be like Scottish police or somebody is after it and making your life miserable. So interview panel we talked about, reference checking we talked about. So now we are almost zeroing down the final selection. You're done. Are we clear now? Are we strategically systematic so far? How many pillars we talked? For number one was what? Manpower planning, forecasting, budgeting is the first pillar. Policy, strategy, process, 2. Position profiling, in that for each one there are 5, 6 points which I'm not taking. Yeah, 3rd, 4. The terminologies were used like in any agreement. I want to be clear with my terminology: competency mapping, inclusive, and all those, diversity, and all those kind of. Next is, then we come into execution, sourcing the profile and CVs for talent acquisition. Next is selection practices, strategies, and methodologies. Then we come to reference checking. Are we clear now? Are we covered lots of recruitment stage or not?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Lot of.
Now what is next? Somebody is talking about the boarding, onboarding, and all. Now that will start here. Onboarding, it will not start. That will start after the break of the class because that comes part of your training. Onboarding is also training, right? Okay, recruitment, let us close. After this, what will happen? Yeah. Now, next is that issuance of the letters. Now here, again, you have to validate all the documents. So far, we did it, but there are still a lot more validation required. What he said about his salary, what is about the certificate, what is about working, what about qualification, all those documents to be thoroughly validated.
So this nowadays medical checkups, all these things.
Right. You come to that. Medical check, drug abuse test. Okay, you was not involved in any POSCO. Right? Harassment, POSCO, medical check. Lot many document validation has to be done. Once that validation of documentation done, then you are issuing an offer letter. You are not giving an appointment letter, you are giving an offer letter. What is the difference between offer and appointment letter? Yeah, offer is that we gone through provisionally, we appointed you with this kind of terms and conditions and like that. And then you have to accept. See, now when you could talk about offer, now it comes to the legal, you given an offer letter, all those things. Now, once I give an offer, what is this letter is called? Is it appointment? What is appointment letter is called at this level? Is it equivalent to purchase order issued? No, purchase order, PO issued. Does it equivalent to that?
Yes, sir.
What is your appointment letter? Yeah, what is it? What is this tool? What is this instrument of appointment letter? Like I have a check, I have a CC limit. Okay, I have an instrument, right? Appointment letter is also instrument. What does it mean? What is the legal status of the for workers? There's a different workman. This appointment letter issued under the labor law is a different ballgame. But most of us, where we are talking about, it's not workman. Above that level, finally, I'm issuing an appointment letter. You appointed us here, my group president plant with 2 crore rupees salary, blah, blah, conditions, all those kind of things. I given a detailed appointment letter and you are signing it. I'm signing it. Both of us accepted it. Okay. But when I give an offer, I'm only giving offer. You not yet signed the acceptance. When you are accepted, I give you a detailed appointment letter. When I give an offer, still I'm giving you professionally from one side, I'm offering an appointment based on the discussion so and so, this discussion, this salary, these are the terms and conditions. If you agree, sign and give it to me. That is offer. Once offer is accepted, then I give you a final appointment letter. Now, what is this instrument is called? You have not thought about it, right? That's what I asked. Is it like a purchase order? This is an agreement under the Indian Contract Act. Your appointment letter is called, you can write down implication of appointment letter. Next heading. Your appointment letter is called agreement to be performed by both parties with the terms mentioned and implemented to be implementable under Indian Contract Act. It is not a labor appointment. It's a simply agreement under Indian Contract Act. Based on the terms and condition, offer, consideration, acceptance. What is offer? I appoint you as vice president. What is the consideration? I pay you 10 lakh rupees. What are the terms and conditions? You'll get medical, bala, bala, DIMCO, all those kind of things. And you are accepting it. There's an offer, there's a consideration, there's a terms and condition, you are accepting it. So this is the appointment letter is nothing but an agreement under the Indian Contract Act, the implication could be more. That's what I'm insisting. Like yesterday in the same class, somebody asked, sir, in the appointment letter, it is mentioned that once you resign my company, you cannot join my competitor's company for the next 2 years. In the appointment letter, this class is also put. Okay, you also signed. Offer letter is over. In the final appointment letter, your salary, your designation, your posting, your facilities, your perks, your roles, and everything's mentioned. Your transfer clause is also put. Finally, this clause is also put. You cannot resign. If you resign, you have to give me 3 months notice or salary, or you cannot resign for 2 years or 1 year. And after in the event of you resigning, or I am terminating you, you cannot join a competitor company for the next 2 years. It's a terms of appointment. Okay. Now that is what I told you, Contract Act, Contract Act, Contract Act. Purposely. Now what does it mean? No, they are putting, a lot of Indian companies, they are putting this class. No, first this one, then I'll come to bond. In your appointment letter, this class is put. 60 lakh salary, general manager marketing, posted in Bangalore, to be transferable, your roles and responsibility, your perks and benefits, everything put. Finally, this class also put. You cannot resign without giving 3 months salary, or I cannot terminate you. In the event of that happens, you cannot join the competitor's company for the next 2 years. So I set an agreement. I said it's a contract act. I said both guys have to perform what you promised. Are you getting my point, all of you? Interesting question before your tea break. What does it mean? Why I'm talking this at length? Online student, any guess? This is happening, right? You must.
Yes, sir. It's like a contract.
You must have heard about this kind of incident, right? If
Yes.
not, it's not happened with you. You must have heard about this kind of incident, right? Go cannot join a competitor like, say, for example, Wipro or somebody like that. So the condition is put in your appointment letter. I said it's an agreement under the contract act. I said when it's a contract act, you have to perform. Employer has to perform, employer has to perform. Like that's what I said, purchase order. Purchase order means what? You give me this specification, this kind of machinery and tools at this price, at this kind of time delivery, otherwise you penalty, blah, blah, all those things. That's purchase order, right? Now, similarly, your appointment letter, when this class happens, are you bound by the class or not? Yes or no? If yes, why? If no, why? Raghu says you signed it. It's not that if you are signed, Raghu, you signed it. Before you joining, nobody will allow you, no? Your induction onboarding takes place only after you signing it and all the documentation is validated. There's no question if I signed it. You signed it. Contractually obligation. Guys, tell me, how many of people say it's contractually obligation? You have to comply with that. All 16, all of you agree? Yes, you have to comply with that.
Yes, sir. Yes. Once you sign, you have to.
You have to apply. Other people, all other guys, all of you agree with this statement?
Yes, sir.
So,
All of you say yes. I'm the only guy say no. Why I say no? Because I'm your faculty. Now I'm trying to boss around with you guys. Okay. That's what I'm asking you. Raghu says, why do you say no? That's what I'm asking you. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll tell you. Okay. You may not be knowing. When I said contract act, contract agreement, there are 3 kinds of agreement under the contract act. One is a valid agreement in which it's two insane adult people for the right cause, right kind of legality, not for a wrong reason, or wrong illegal, wrong person, or against the law. You sign an agreement which is called valid agreement. Okay. One is void agreement. Void agreement means that suppose I'm appointing somebody, the minimum salary says 20,000. I'm issuing a letter for 15,000. That guy also signs saying that I'm agreeable. So if somebody say, why the hell are you bothering? Yeah, I given a letter to him. He's already agreed. He put in a stamp paper also. He said, I agree with 15,000. That's a void agreement because it's against the law. Okay, it's against the law, it's a void agreement. The third thing is a voidable agreement. One is valid agreement, one is void agreement. The other thing is voidable agreement. Voidable agreement means, I'll before answering this thing, I'll go to one more example. You know, this bankers, 10, 15 years back, bankers clerical association was very strong. That time, they were all nationalized bank and lot of technology was not available. You know, those guys could hold everything. Now, you know, with the technology also, what all problem is coming. So their association used to be strong. Once in 3 years, they used to go for a all Indian wage renewal, all the bankers. So they call for all revision of salary increase, DNS and things like that. In one of the agreement, they put one clause saying that when I retire or resign or die, my post should be given to my ward. Okay, they put that clause. If they put that class, all the industry, the tough unions like, you know, where textile, engineering, automobile, where more labors are involved, they will also follow the same thing. Correct. It happened practically. They put this clause saying that when I die or retire, resign, my post should go to my ward. Not that exactly same position, depending upon his qualification, but you have to give him a post. Okay. Now is it valid or not valid? Three-party agreement. All Indian level clerical association. Managers, all Indian bank top management. Tripartite had been even government mediated. Tripartite level agreement signed. Now I say agreement means you have to implement it. Okay. Now what does it mean? Hey, you sign it, yeah, tripartite. Now Raghu is trying to ditto my line, but I'll ask him to answer why. Supreme Court has come out on heavily. This is against in the Contract Act, when it becomes a void, some agreement is used under pressure, coercion, undue influence. There's a clause in Indian Contract Act. If agreement is made to sign under coerce, undue influence, like here the people put undue influence on them. They are going like that are coercing. So he says that that was not given a free consent. So that agreement becomes voidable. Not void means it cannot be. Voidable means if the bankers want to implement it, otherwise it cannot be implemented. Valid is to be implemented. Void is cannot be implemented. Voidable means it is subject to the bankers, but the employee cannot force them to implement it. It becomes a voidable one. Similarly here, when they put that kind of clause, it is against that fundamental right of, you know, freely taking a job and moving things under the Indian Constitution. So this appointment letter has got a clause which is not as per the agreement full consent. They use coercion or undue influence or against the fundamental right which is given to you by the Indian Constitution. So that need not be done. The same case with the bond and all those. The bond is nothing but the same. Bond is what? Same thing, nah? You cannot make people bonded. Are you getting my point? So appointment letter is that is why I insisted many times. Now you understand the word. Why did I say your appointment letter is an agreement under the Indian Contract Act to be performed by you, performed by them, executable by you, by them, provided all the clauses are as per the Contract Act of valid agreement, not a void agreement. It could be a voidable agreement. If it's a voidable agreement, it's up to you to accept, or if it's something which is other way around, that you put some clause which is not applicable to the employer, it is up to them to take it. Voidable means both party, if they like it, they can do it, no compulsion. Void means even if you like it, you cannot do it. Like I enter an agreement with you, go and loot so much money from there, I'll give you so much share. Right? That's also an agreement, right? That's also an offer and acceptance. Illegal, against the law. And like I said, minimum wage says 20,000. The guy says, sir, unemployment, forget about minimum wages and all. You take any stamp paper, I'll sign. Correct? What these guys are talking about 20,000, here I'm not even getting 5,000 to eat and dying. My children are dying. You give me any stamp paper, I'll sign. Free will with 10 witnesses. Now you got my point. So the offer is issued. So now finally what I was trying to tell you is that your appointment is closed with the appointment letter issued as an agreement under the Indian Contract Act. So you and both employer and employee will be governed and principally governed and monitored and accountable under the Indian Contract Act. Done? Have you closed it? Guys, are we clear with the recruitment?
Yes, sir.
Are we
Covered,
clear?
sir.
Any questions on recruitment? Do you think that we learned something new on recruitment today?
Yes, sir. Lot of points, sir.
So it's not that easy, right? The way we talk about recruitment, right? The HR, now Raghu as HR guy to present this paper to me, along with Madam as a director, I'll skip his, back skeleton. If it doesn't give me point to point with a lot of annexures. Correct? If Raghu comes and gives me HR director, he will have his. He has to work at least a month to come and make a presentation of 1 hour with me. Got it, na? First point to point he has to give. For each one, he has to carry an annexure. Additional document which he'll ask, show me, what is it? What is it? How did you calculate? For me, it's 1 hour job, 10 questions. But his life will be gone if he's not prepared that. Correct. Why we are doing it? Because that makes a lot of difference. We mean recruitment is very important. Those people are going to run the company. So I cannot take it casually. By wrongly recruiting people, I'm messing his life also. So that's the importance of recruitment. That is how it has to be done formally, professionally, continuously, with the right kind of alignment. Things have to be done in a much synchronized manner so that your recruitment failure can come down significantly down. What is the objective? Recruitment failure should come down significantly down. Otherwise, see, a MBA student, first job, 50% of them will in 3 months time. We are not correctly recruited. Even most of you guys, when you look for a job, employers are unhappy. Oh, at the time of interview was happy, yeah, but I'm not happy. You also, oh my God, I wrongly left my last job and joined this company. Correct? This is all happening because of this exercise not taking place. Okay. Now you can take 15 minutes break. Now we completed recruitment. We'll touch the training. That is where your onboard starts. When you talk about induction, onboard, and everything, it's a part of training. Now after 15 minutes, we'll start training. Let's close training today. I'm sorry, many
Okay,
people
sir.
absent today. We cannot help it, but we have to complete the syllabus, right? So probably they can take the video lecture and then go through it. That's it. So you take 15 minutes time, then we'll come back.
Thank you.
Are you back, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Audible, sir.
Should we start or you want some more break after recruiting? You got your appointment letter? You got it or not?
Yes, sir. Received.
Okay, now should we start or you want still for a few more minutes? I'm okay with it because you're all good students. You have been participating. I presume you're learning, so I'll give you 5 more minutes if you want.
We are in notice period, sir. I think after that appointment.
You got the appointment letter, right? So what is not? Any questions on recruitment so far? Because I want to now touch the training part of it. Anybody so far, whatever we discussed? Any questions? I don't think, I mean, all of you know all that I tried to put you in a very systematic manner, right? It's not that you are not aware, but you are going from Kashmir to Timbuktu, that kind of style. But so now I put you in a straightforward, one after another. But it makes sense, right? If you don't have all checklists one by one, you are likely to make a mess. Mess means you are wrong recruitment, means you are damaged, you are not contributing.
Sir, is there any different process followed for the for applying for the different countries?
Different countries. No,
Yeah,
no. Your question is that suppose
yeah.
I am recruiting for Biocon.
Yeah.
You are applying for a post Biocon in Chennai or Bangalore or in US. That's what you are asking?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Obviously, there are a lot of other statutory requirement also you have to comply with it. Nah? Apart from your technical competency, you become an expatriate, right? When I recruit you for my company in US, Biocon company's branch in US, what are you? You are not a third country employee. You are not a home country employee of US. You are going from parent company, right? When you go there, you are going as expatriate. So expatriate, there are two. One is that legal. The other thing is your adjustment. Expatriate failure is 30-40%. The company cannot afford to have an expatriate failure. You are getting my point. So when I'm recruiting as an expatriate, the usual, all those things will go through one side. Plus two more things. What are the two more things? The second thing is your legal, your passport, your eligibility to get a visa from that country. You are complying with all those vaccination and all those kind of legal requirement is one. The third thing is your adaptability compared. Will you be successfully adjusting with that culture there? Will your family will adjust it? Here I will get not only with you. I have to start training your family. I have to see your family requirement, your age of your children, what kind of school education I have to provide. Are you getting my point? You raised a good point. Recruiting for my company as an expatriate, whatever we discuss one stage will definitely hold good for you. Second thing is, are you meeting all the legal requirements of that country so that I can get you visa? Third thing is, are you adaptable? Are your family is adaptable? I mean, you come back after 3 months. I lose heavily, right? You technically meeting all the requirement. Your family, school children or hospitality, or your wife says, no, I have to go back. I'm not having a temple or mosque or something nearby. I have to go back. So expatriate recruitment gets involved into not only recruiting you, recruiting your family also. Understanding their culture, adjustment system and all those things. Have I answered your question?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah, it's a very interesting question. You asked a good question.
Thank you.
Now we'll start with the training. Okay. When we say training, is it training is necessary? Do we need training? Do we need training? It's a training is, I've already recruited you with all qualification and things like that. Why do I need training?
Sir, about the company policies, procedures, departments, structure,
Okay.
trainings are required, sir. Yeah.
For
Okay,
freshers, training is required.
Process training is required. Okay. I am asking the question. You can see, do we need training and why? Again, I will have to grill you systematically. Okay. You say process training needed. Okay, done. Where all you needed?
How to use the tool? Maybe different tools.
Okay.
will be-
One is process training. Other thing is
first-
how to use different tools or technology training is needed. Okay, done.
First, can we start with induction while onboarding session?
Also, you
the
mean to say
company-
induction and onboarding becomes important. That training is needed. Okay, done. What else? Okay. So what the technical word I'm using, taking from Raghu is one is, as you said, induction and orientation. I mean, in induction orientation training is what? Telling about company policy, procedure, SOPs, the culture, the code of conduct, all those things have to be given. Every company may have a different code of conduct. The policy, every company has got a lot of SOPs. And some sort of companies like pharma and all, number of SOPs. And you are not allowed to go and join with your hiring manager till you clear all your SOP examination. So the induction orientation is on your culture, adaptability, your entitlement, your facilities, your SOP clearance, your good laboratory practices clearance, your GMP clearance. All those things is taken care of SMP for that. For making you oriented, inducted. What is the difference between inducted or oriented? Orienting to the company's culture, policies, process. That is orientation. Onboarding is what? You are onboarding that guy with a proper orientation and induction. Your facilities, your entitlement, what leave, when can, all those kind of things. So induction and orientation is a training which we cannot say I don't have to give. So training is needed. One. Where else training needed? Second thing Raghu said, everybody for taking a new job in a company, whether you are a fresher or a bill, preparing for the current job. You know, when you are getting into the company, you're joining as an HR manager or a marketing manager, this company. This company has got a different kind of HR manager's role. You have to prepare that guy. This company has got a different software, PeopleSoft, Great V software, SAP software. So you have to prepare that guy for the current job. So the second kind of training could be preparing for that guy for the current kind of job. Second, what is the third? Okay, before we go to the different kinds of training, is it training is panacea? Panacea means what is the literary word of panacea? Panacea means it's a miracle. You know, you can play on. I have a detailed training. My training will take care of everything. Training can solve everything. Can we say training is more important, or it is a panacea? It can solve all problems. I cannot do away without training. Can we say that statement? We cannot say. Why? On the other side, you say induction training is needed. Preparing for the present guy training is needed. One side. This side, when I ask you twisted question, you say it cannot be. Are you guys getting my question? I asked the question, can training do miracles? Training can solve problems. One. And you said already, training is important for induction, orientation, current job, future job, all those kind of things. Okay. With can it solve or not solve? Not solve. Online student, can it solve or not solve? Are you getting my question or not? Training is a panacea, or training can solve any problem. Training can do wonderfuls. Is that statement right or wrong? Wrong. Are you getting me? I'll give you an example. Okay. Same, we'll go with the same biochem. I recruited, I have a lot of 500 marketing team. Okay. They're all MBA marketing in the field are doing all those kind of things. I noticed them that they have to be given training on the competitor's product, competitor's marketing scheme, competitors' new strategy of expanding to the business, or this guy's how they have to be more customer handle. All could be a training, right? I give them that kind of training. So this training definitely solves the problem, right? 50 guys, marketing guys, I've taken them into classroom or wherever, taught them, trained them, that competitor is coming with this kind of marketing scheme, this kind of product, this kind of approaching the clients. Now you guys have to be a little more conscious in dealing with the people. I give this kind of training. Is it useful? Is it needed? It will have an impact, yes or no? Online student. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, this example. Now the other way side, the same problem I put in a different manner. I don't have a product. Okay, my pricing structure is nowhere. Okay, the product is not the need of the customer today. The product is nowhere nearer to the competitor's product. Now I bring the same guy, give same kind of training. Will it solve? No, it will not solve. What I'm trying to say is training can solve training solvable problems. Training is not a panacea. In this example, the first one is a training problem. You don't know about their new tactics, new product, new marketing schemes, and you are also having little weakness in dealing with the distributor and all. How to deal with that guy. I can give you, train you, you will like a friend. But I trying to train you on this one, whereas your product itself, no way. Your product is not meeting anyway nearer to the competitors. Okay, your schemes are not nearer. So you have to correct managerially that part. Are we all at the same pace? Training is important. It can make a significant impact. Training is needed, no doubt, provided training is addressed for a training related problems. So training is not a panacea one side. On the other side, training can be really make a significant impact. Are we there? Have we concluded correctly or not? Online.
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay.
Yes,
Now
sir.
with that one, that's clear. So training is needed, important, but training can solve all that. Now, what are the different kinds of training? Like you said, one could be a induction orientation. Could be the second thing could be anybody joining any company immediately for meeting the present job. You can write down induction orientation training, meeting the present job. He may have to expose to new software, new technology, new kind of working system, new kind of managerial information to be given, new way methods of working with a team. So every employee once he joins needs little kind of training. One. What is the other kind of training? There could be a lot of functional training. Functional training could be too deep into the function. You want to more into that product development with new technology. Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah, his product knowledge he doesn't have. I mean, he will be a marketing guy, but he has to know about all the technicality nuances of the product specification comparable with other guy specification. So you need a product oriented training. And also the same guy doesn't know marketing strategies, marketing gimmicks. He doesn't have the marketing high level kind of marketing strategies. So he need it. Or the HR guy is not able to appreciate marketing. Marketing for non-marketing guys. He only says HR without understanding the difficulties marketing guys will go to know. He knows, then only you'll be able to appreciate them, right? So could be a training for HR, marketing for non-marketing guys, finance for non-marketing, non-finance guys. So there are different kinds of functional training. So we can call it functional training. It is ongoing. It is not one time. Okay. Then there could be potential training. Potential training, pipeline training, succession planning training. What is that when I covered all four together? What does it mean? I said succession planning, pipeline. Okay. Now, a lot of organization, you have a lot of, take by account only. There may be later assistant general manager post, deputy GM, GM, regional in charge, all those kind of posts will come. Are you going to take every time from outside? If you see, same batch guy, same age, same batch, same engineer, same MBA comes to a company. One guy ends up with the functional head, other guy becomes a CEO. Correct. If you see the eligibility wise, both of them are probably engineer, both of them are IM or MBA, same batch, same age. So both of them taken as the same level. Both of them go through the same route. Marketing, one region, other region. This guy from marketing reaches up to the level of head marketing. The other guy goes up to the level of CEO. What does it mean? You have to spot some potential in that guy. There could be core competency, there could be peripheral. You can write down potential training to take care of the pipeline of the future jobs. He could be functionally great, but he may not be having that leadership or managerial kind of training. So you take care of those potential so that you keep training. Not that he gets immediately CEO post. Every time you give him, apart from functional, you also give him some managerial training, some leadership, because you spotted in that guy. There is a possibility this guy could be promoted into that level. What Tata does it? 90% from inside only. Even Mr. Chandrasekhar, who retired, now he can become Tata and Son board member, director. My friend of mine, Bhaskar Bhatt, he was the CEO of Titan Hosur. He was also an IIT and IM and also. He retired. They have not even stopped even after retirement. They took him to corporate officer or advisory level. So it's not that everybody they are taking. Tata must be having thousands of people. So there is a need to potentially assess people and then train people for a managerial or leadership level. That's also training is needed. That makes a lot of sense to the company. What are the other training needed? 3-level training we noted. What are the other way training? Issue-based training. When I say issue-based training, what could be issue-based training? Absenteeism is more. Breakdown is more. Attrition is more. Correct. Your brand image is going for a task. Correct. Attrition is more. What kind of training can help you? Your HR guys does not behave properly. Your line manager not driving properly. Attrition could be due to many reasons. But one reason could be The boss is not behaving properly with that guy, right? Breakdowns more. You're not taught them the safety norms. You're not given the training. So it could be issue-based training or strategizing by the top guys. They don't know now. The multinationals are talking in terms of balanced scorecard, projecting, collaborating, innovating, working with the matrix kind of projection, divesting, merging, collaborating. It's the C1 and all. Not supposed to sit in the office, right? Or not, have a day-to-day meeting with all review. That all will be taken care of. This guy is supposed to be 70% of the time strategizing, planning, merging, divesting. All those kind of things. So now one of the Birlas, the young guy who's come from abroad, all those old guys, the father has done very well. This guy has come from very well studied from abroad. All the oldies, they thought, let me see how this guy is going to manage. But he has come, what he did now? His father has done very well, but he is a real consolidated conservative. He got say 60, 70 companies. All his oldies sitting here and there. This guy has come and one day he sold 20 companies. That shook them all. Why he sold? He said, this is not making money. There's no future for this company. He took charge of strategizing because he studied and come back. He got into business which nobody knows. Carbon, air, treating air, selling air, telling water. You got my approach. This, how did he get it? Otherwise, just managing the status quo. If you are going to manage the status quo sitting as a chairman, your company will get only lost. I also know about, I personally got involved with that, sugar industries. Two kinds of sugar industries. Those who have been involved sugar 100 years, 40 years, my father, my grandfather, we will not leave, they all died. Those sugar industries who have been smart enough, they got into sugar, distillery, paper, power things. They got into that one. When they got into that, they survived and grown. Those who got into that one, sugar, I know better. Who knows? 100 years we are running. That kind of training lost the business. The guy who got recently educated guy, no, sugar was my main product. My sugar has to become a byproduct. From sugar, I'll get molasses to alcohol, alcohol to power, power to putting in ethanol. It goes that way. Then my companies all of a sudden revived, I'm glorifying. So what I'm trying to say that this kind of training was needed for a strategizing at the leadership levels. Issue-based training could be anything. Strategizing or a small accident control or attrition control, anything like that. What are how many kinds of training we written? Yeah, which are the ones? Induction is a starting new one. New employee. Yeah. Potential training, yeah.
Functional issue-based.
Issue-based training. 5, 6 I noted. Anything else you like to want to add? Online student. Could be many. But this 5 also has got lot many inbuilt trainings. So all this training are needed or not needed? Will it make an impact to the company or not? Biocon should have a separate budget and manpower for undertaking this kind of training, yes or no? No, training is a fad, we don't need it. So that's also needed. Like for example, HR guys and finance guys, even marketing guys. Today, when you're dealing with customer can be nasty, right? Can the marketing guys be again nasty to that guy? You're emotionally stable, right? I given you small to long, strategizing business, taking care of a business. But there nobody is coming to train you. If you think that I'll work for another 30 years to gain an experience to restructure the company, you're gone. That's what happened with Birlas. The guy has come from well-educated, well-trained from abroad. In the other all oldies, they were thinking, hey, let's see how the young guy is going to run. We worked with his father. He's a big stalwart. He has got 80 companies done. This young guy, it's those who are working with him for 20, 30 years. But this guy proven them in 1 year because of his training, not because of his experience. If he has to go through experience, he probably must have sold the company. So training is definitely important. Right. No, these are the types of companies of training. Now the question is that, do you think that training should be given weightage, budget, manpower, position to handle, or it can be taken one of the staff function? Okay, it can be done. Online student.
No, so it has to be with the budget.
Yeah, they have to give this also one of the core area, right? Core area just can be, no, yeah, let them keep doing. Let them also make some noise. some conduct some training, call somebody to deliver some lecture on communication effectiveness, leadership effectiveness, all those kind of things. Let them do it. That is enough. Uh, we are conducting that, or some safety training or something like that. You have to, other thing is statutory training. A lot of statutory training under the company law, safety norms, pollution related training. Even your this POSCO harassment. All those things. There are lot many things are coming. Now the question is that do we do it with sincere budget importance, or we take it staff function? I also have a training department. Chalta. Hi, as a Mazmudar madam, will I listen to that training director to come and make a presentation to me? No, I don't have time for all this training and all. I'm only interested in market. What turnover I got it? What is the new product has come into? What is the profitability has come? What is the ratio? I will see that, or I will see the training. Okay, yeah. But obviously you have to see. I'm not saying you will not see. But do you think that this also should be given importance? Or if you're not given importance, why it is not given importance? Like the way I told Raghu recruitment, if he comes and talks to me the first line, whatever we written, if this interview, that interview, I will not listen to him, right? If he comes and talks to me the way we concluded, with not only 10 points, with 10 annexes, and it all come into one booklet, will I listen to him or not listen to him? Jolly well, I have to listen to him, right? Similarly, training also have to be given that kind of weightage. Okay, now I conclude training should be given. I strongly believe if training is given weightage, training can give definitely wonderful. Now, why it is not being given? Because the training department, HR departments and other people, we are not professionally undertaking the training. So the training has to be effective. If the training is effective, which businessman will not like anything? Yeah. Be it a recruitment or training or marketing product, anything, you come and say that through this much investment, this much time, effort, this much effort, you will do it. But you are talking in abstract, subjectively. Oh, training is good, really good. I'm going to train you guys on soft skill. Which businessman? Okay, chalne do. Itna crores of money is coming. This also one activity, let it go. So they will not give the heart and soul. Why they are not giving? Because we are not conducting a structurally effective training program. Now that is what the discussion now is. Now the discussion is how to structure an effective training program. The background is clear to you, all of you. Training is needed, important. There are different kinds of training. Training may not be panacea. Training can definitely solve training related problem to a significant way. Why many organizations are not able to give that kind of importance? Because the training has not been structured in an effective manner. So what are the factors responsible for an effective training program? That is a discussion. Like the way we went to recruitment, now you tell me 1, 2, 3, 4. Background is clear to all of you? Online student? Background is clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Now
sir.
background is clear. Now you start.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Now I say we are not having a structurally well planned, well diagnosed, right kind of training program to prove that training is delivering. Now how to do that? Tell me. I given you one example, that selling that guy. The second training is you are doing without any understanding. Okay. Now, when you go to a doctor, what the doctor does it? What the doctor does when you go to a doctor?
Ask us what is our problem.
What is your problem? Okay, then
Diagnose.
diagnosis. That is the right word. He will try to diagnose, saying that fever due to what? Malaria, viral, simple cold, or you have some injury somewhere else which is making fever. So the medicine will be different for all four or not? You cannot give a malaria chloroquine for an ordinary cold fever, right? The guy will gone. Or a viral, or there are many fevers. Typhoid, viral, malaria, simple cold, or you got some injury somewhere else. Due to that, you have. So medicines are different, right? So the doctor has to diagnose it correctly. If you diagnose it correctly, what will he do next? He will prescribe a right medicine. prescribing a right medicine is relatively easy or not? Correct. Medicine, even a pharmacist know, yeah. If you know malaria, you know chloroquine give. If you go typhoid, maybe XYZ, he will say. Or simple cold, he will say take paracetamol, calpol, or things like that. If for the doctor, it's easy. So the first part is very important. Okay, now you given the medicine. What is third? The patient has to take rest and take medicine. What is the fourth? Finally, you have to see whether that medicine worked or not. Then go back to diagnosis. If it's not worked it, then maybe probably my diagnosis went wrong. I have to go through it. This is called diagnosis, prescription, implementation, evaluation. This is the same model applied a training model called Sheffield model. Now, all of you, please go through 5 minutes in your mobile. There's a model called Sheffield model of training, designing training program, which will take care of your effective training program, like the way we have been discussing about all other subjects. You can take 5 minutes, 10 minutes, read. With that, you try to tell me, what do you mean by diagnosis in training? What do you mean by prescription in training? What do you mean by implementation and evaluation in training? Have you got the model, all of you? Sheffield model, you can see in my board. Sheffield training model, you got it? Raghu, all of you? Yeah. Got it, Raghu? It's there. Sheffield University is there. Sheffield training firm. Okay, if you're not got it, it's simple. Sheffield training function is diagnosis, prescription, executing, and evaluation. If you're not got it, tell me, then I'll explain. Don't worry. Okay, you are not getting it, let me know, then I'll explain. Not getting it. Okay. Now what is diagnosis in training? So you have D, you have P, you have execution, implementation and evaluation. Okay. What is D in training? Correct. He's used the right word called training need identification. Write down. That is the first condition for a training to be effective. Like the example I given you, the training need was that not the product itself is not correct. The guy needs an improvement or understanding that unit. There is a training need identification. First one. When I say training need identification, it could be individual training need. It could be job training need. It could be job task training need. It could be a team training need. It could be understanding the new process training need. Getting my point? You are not going to call somebody, put in a classroom like this, sit here, I'll teach you on leadership effectiveness. That's what mostly happening. That is what training getting, not that kind of support which you get from the people. First of all, why I'm giving you training? Because like for example, Raghu has been promoted to be from X level to Y level. Probably I'm taking him to, he is from managerial level, he is moving to leadership level. Maybe what is his training need? Not his training need. First, every training need comes down from my business training need. What is the business training need? Business training need, there is going to be a profit center in charge leadership level at the IT department, for example. Now that is a training need. Raghu has got all the qualification experience, but he has got some training need based on that one. So we'll understand the business training need, corporate training need. Then we'll come down how individually Raghu has to be trained to suit that job requirement, to suit the task requirement, to suit the group, in which group is getting into that. So that is a training need for Raghu. So Raghu is getting training need based on business need, the task need, process need, also his own personal need. So individual training need, group training need, task training need, process training need, all those needs have to be done first, like diagnosis. Now, how do you understand this training need? This is called identifying the training needs, what we are talking. Now, what are the instruments you need to come to the training need? Instruments needed to assess the training needs. How do you assess the training need? You go through survey, you go through the business plan, you go through the complaint by the HOD, you go through the comments written in your performance appraisal. Oh, this guy can be given that kind of training, right? You go through the promotion, where he promoted, what is from a technical is switching out to managerial. So there are different training assessment instruments, training need assessment instruments. Could be department head simple recommendation, or the complaint given by some people, or business plan, or his promotion likely to be promotion from the next level, or he's going for a totally new project handling, or he's going for an expatriate. All those things will give you how you are going to. So one side you have all the instrument, like you have a thermometer, you have sugar control or blood pressure controlling machine, or your cholesterol, lipid profile. Like that, you have all those things one side. On the other side, you come to your sugar level, blood pressure level, cholesterol level, or heartbeat level. So these things have to be done, at least if not for all the core people. I'm not saying the training to be done for all. If you do it now, well and good, why not? If you take the 3,000 people in Biocon, may not be that I don't want to spend so much money on all 3,000. Okay, I would like to spend some top 50 people on leadership and things like that. Maybe I will like to spend on 200 people on the technology front. Even I send them abroad. Like I know when I was an IFIM director, one of my juniors, she was getting promoted into director. She was sent 2 years to Harvard to study. One month before she took over. I was about to get out because of my age and retirement, all those things. She was supposed to take charge from me. So 2 years before down the line, every year they spend one year to Harvard to get her exposed the teaching methodology and things like that. So now if Biocon, in case of Biocon, 3,000 people as we take it, we take that 100 people are my key leaders, torch bearers. profit center in charges. The people who makes, I want to take care of that training need, each one individually assess. Somebody could be too good in functional, business, getting result, too bad in dealing with people. It can happen, right? X is too good in getting business, too good in getting a network. Outside world is excellent. Inside world, too bad. So he's messing up with people. So he may probably need, so I need him because of it. The other way around, there are some people who could be too good at paperwork, not good in getting to the market field, afraid of meeting people. There are some people too good in market research, not able to comply with the projection and preparing report and things like that. So there could be 100 top level people. I like to assess their individual need, job need, corporate training need, everything. Don't you think it will become a dossier again? And the functional, technical people, new molecule checking, new technology usage, what are the new trends coming? These guys have to be given a lot of technical training, practical training, subject training. Again, could be not that out of 500 people, maybe 50 people are key people. I like to give them. Okay. So similarly, then hardcore like finance guys, you are not able to adhere to the international accounting system. You are used to Indian accounting system. Now, international people not only going by profit and loss, even they are putting into environmental also into your budget. They are going into, so this guy have to be given a, now nothing is Indian. So this kind of training needs done properly, at least for core people. If you do it for all, why not? But it may not be possible, it may not be needed. At least in Biocon, 300-400 people needed thorough training. 50 leadership, at least 100-200 people on the functional who are making molecules and all, maybe 20-30 marketing guys, 5-6 top guys like HR guy, finance guys, all those kind of, these guys need. Each one training need could be somebody's bad in interpersonal, somebody needs strategizing training, somebody need how to networking, somebody to work in different technology, different software. So you have to first come to matlab ke. Meaning by why will I give training? Because you already see what is the difference between training and education? Education is you are studying everything. Now, whatever you are studying, you don't know so much about recruitment and training and things like that, right? I mean, out of 100 people, how many people will be HR? 5-6 people? But you are getting all education in a broader horizon to keep it in your back. That's education, right? You may not be needing it, all this information, but education is education. Education cannot be coaching. Do only but bolting and close it and close. Education will be broader, new horizon, all the info. Training is what? Opposite. What the business need to be delivered, and where is that your skill set, competency is lacking. I will train you according to that. So that's what it's called, focused short-term training, again to take care of my business, not to take care of your education. Are you getting my point? That's the difference between education and training. Education is you are doing, like in my class, in every class you are reading many things, which you are not using or using it, but you are equipped. Tomorrow you don't know when, what, which thing you will use it. Broader horizon, new horizon, big things. Like I'm talking to many things because God's grace, I've gone through all sorts of education and experience. So I'm able to put through everything, right? Not that I may have used many things in the past. So that is education. So training is that one. Training is more focused, more short term, more required to that kind of things. Okay, so we touched about the training needs the first one to be done. If at all you want an effective training to be designed and the training to be respected. You done it. So training need analysis at individual, task, group, all those heading by many things. Now you done the analysis. Now can you get a complete Excel sheet or not? Now, is there any need for coming out a calendar by copying some different industry, different IMs? What is happening most of the industries, they'll go through the different training calendars. Somebody is giving on supply chain today, artificial intelligence, business analytics. This is a trend today. Maybe 5 years back, more on leadership effectiveness, strategic effectiveness, change management. They'll copy something and roll out a training program to it. It may help. By coincidence, it may help. I'm not saying it wrong. But is it focused or relevant? So when you are going to work out the prescription level, you have to work on the training need. If you do a training need assessment, training need determination, the first block is clear. Now, what is second block? What is the next one? Prescription. What do you mean by prescription? The prescription is coming with the right kind of training program for that individual or a group or anybody. And again, the prescription could be like, for example, it can be on the job. Prescription and execution can be clubbed together. What is on the job training? What is off the job training? On the job is, suppose somebody has to be trained on the laboratory practices or SAP practices. It can be done only by on the job by a senior or expert. But you as already you are a president or vice president, you cannot be treated in the classroom. You need to be sent through some expert outside. You should be sent to at least IIM or Harvard or somewhere else. Even those guys will teach you basic things, right? But the dose in which has to be given, they call it advanced management training. But probably they will teach you again basic business strategy, basic change management techniques, basic interpersonal techniques and all those things. So it is on the job or off the job. How do you go about delivering that? Now coming to that delivery, how do you deliver a training? One is on the job and off the job. Whether you are giving it to some people on the job, some people off the job. That point is clear. Now what do you mean by delivery? How do you deliver? Classroom training for what? Suppose you want to give some new taxation changes. It's an information dissemination. It can be done only through the classroom delivery, lecture and discussion. Okay, you're a pilot. I want to train you. How will I train you? If I have to train you
Hands-on.
pilot, sorry, yes, madam. If for a pilot,
Hands-on experience.
hands-on experience means I have to put you in the aircraft to go through, right?
Yes.
Huh? Do you have that kind of time? Do you have that kind of energy to blow out some more aircrafts? Correct. No, how? Correct. What he said is simulation. Simulation is a big one. Games. You know, like a lot of, not only the pilots can be simulation. You do number of hours as if you are playing, you get into civil, because you cannot make that guy to fly. You don't have that kind of time, energy to put him on the job training. He can give after simulation and everything, you can give some sort of training. But simulation will take care of it. Similarly, when you are going to be a CO, now our students are going through All India Management Association, they come with the games, some of the games with simulation. You are given actual budget, actual product. You decide a price, you decide a market, you decide everything. Let's see at the end of the day, 5 groups are working. Which CO has done well? Your company is given, your product is given, you are given the cash flow, you are given the budget, you are given the scheme. You decide, take a decision, 10 decisions. Which market to enter, which product to drop, which product to go through. So now what is the kind of training? It could be simulation, it could be capstone, it could be role play, it could be simple lecture and discussion, audio visual. You know, again, audio visual seems to be more effective at the middle level kind of training. So we should know which training program where, like exactly wherever you have to give some law or SOP, no amount of simulation can help you. It has to be classroom. You have to sit in the classroom, go through the pain, learn it. Okay. Other side, you want to run around a business or flying an aircraft, it cannot be classroom. You do 100 handbooks and checklist and all, you will not get trained. Unless you burn your finger, that is only possible through simulation or role play. So that could be lecture, discussion, audio visual, role play, presentations, simulation, collaboration, job rotation, giving a temporary job for the guy. You are working in this post will send you on deputation for 3 months. SOP enlargement, job enlargement, all this kind of methodology have to be appropriately done. Again, where to be done what? So that means you should know there are plethora of 20 training methodologies available. One. And you should also know where which methodology to be used. If you don't know that, then if you give a wrongly mismatch, then it's gone. So if you do all those things, it looks like that training will be conducted effective. Now you've done it. You identified the training need. You prescribed the training program correctly. You also executed it. You given a right delivery. You got the right kind of internal people or external people delivering it. All the expert, all those taken. Now what is? Is it over? Now can the training become effective? It cannot be effective. It is effective, yeah. You already identified a training need. You already prescribed a training program. You already delivered a through right kind of things? Are you towards the right kind of effective training program or not? Right. But you have to evaluate whether it is delivered or not. So far, what you did is the training from the scenario 1. What is the scenario 1? You pick up people, some put at a calendar program, or somebody comes on talks on the Vedanta, or somebody talks on the change management. Somebody today is lot on analytics and artificial intelligence and supply chain, right? Anywhere you can see this kind of training. And in fact, you go into detail, business analytics to a large extent based on tools and tactics of statistics. Like the other day, a lot of my students come to that. I said business analytics is involved with all subject. Even whether in HR, marketing, finance, you are supposed to use more. You are going from subjective to number, subjective, metrics. In that, your statistics will help you, tools and practice. That statistics and tools is getting more programmed with more software, which is into analytics. Am I right or not? You are all guys into. Okay, but business analytics alone cannot replace a marketing knowledge. Can it? Or a finance knowledge? Or a supply chain knowledge? It cannot, right? But this is included everywhere. But you are trying to learn business analytics without learning basic fundas of management of HR, marketing, finance, and supply chain. Will it help? So now finally, what does it mean? I have done all those things systematically. I identify the training need through the right professionally. I prescribe the right kind of program. I've also executed properly through the right kind of training methodology and all those things. Now finally to the board, you have to come and tell me, I given you 1 crore, 10 crores or 10 people to train. It's impacted me or not? If you're not impacted me, okay, I don't mind spending some 4-5 lakh rupees, 1 or 2 guys conducting training program here and there. That's a jargon or gimmick I need for a company. But if I want to take, you want me to give a serious look, you also come make presentation. I also listen to that. I give importance to training. I believe in training. Then you have to prove that you delivered. Your training delivered, right? Your training has given return on the investment in terms of time and money. How will you do it? Guys, online. So far, are we through? We were talking about effective training program designing.
Yes, sir.
Starting from training need assessment at all levels through right training need assessment, then right prescription of training, then executing, implementing correctly. The final is eating the pudding. Finally, you have to say, yes, sir, I've done all those things, but it's also given, if done everything, for what? Has it improved? Now, how will you do that? How will you prove the board or somebody my training delivered? How can you do that? And if you don't do that, anybody will accept it at a large scale. Small scale, though, they take it. Some induction going, some orientation going, some kind of lecture here and there is taking place. Due to time now, diversity election or post-co lecture, something is going on. That they don't mind. But if you want to take a serious budget of training, serious manpower involved in it, how will they take it unless you prove that training delivered? Now, how do you prove that training delivered? Come on, guys. I want you guys to give me answer.
Observing the performance improvement.
Okay, observing the performance improvement, very good. Putting provisional period for 1 or 2, 3 months. Done. What else?
Frequent review, sir.
Frequent review. Okay, done. Okay, all of you, this you will usually get it. Go through your mind. There is a word called Kirkpatrick training evaluation model. Like we've seen, there are only 2 models you have to learn through the training. One is that Sheffield diagnosis, prescription, implement, evaluation. Evaluation is Kirkpatrick's model. Now read that, take 5 minutes, let me know. If you are not getting, please let me know. You should get it. Are you getting, Raghu? Kirkpatrick training of, yeah, by Kirkpatrick. There's four model. Yeah. Reaction, learning, behavior, output. Now read that and tell me. If you implement this model, your training will be effective. Done? Clear? Okay, sir. Now, how do you do it? Do you think this model will help us to prove? Will prove? Online student, your comments. You guys have to talk next 10 minutes. What do you mean by reaction? How do you think that this model can help us in proving training effectiveness? Yes or no first?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now, how do you talk about the first one, reaction? What do you mean by how do you use this reaction as a criteria to evaluate the training? Give me some examples. Yeah, you have some at the end of the program, mostly you give a questionnaire to feedback session. Or after 1 week also, you talk to them and get to know, is it really helping you or not? Or they also going and telling the department people, yeah, they wasted my time and it's a useful kind of training. So it's a sort of immediate, formal, informal feedback, structured or non-structured, through questionnaire or template is a reaction oriented training, which to a large extent, many people do it. Okay. What is next one? What is learning? How do you do that? Pre and post learning. Yeah, you can have a pre. Somebody who didn't know to work on the finance guy, for example, he has not worked with the new balance sheet as per the international standard. He was not working with that, or he was not working with the zero-based budget system. Now he has to work with that one, or he has to prepare a budget with balance scorecard. Now previously he was working a traditional kind of budget, or that HR guys has to work with a lot of HR matrix, HR scorecard. So you will try and see whether this guy pre-learning, post-learning, has he learned? Has it been reflecting? Okay, that could be learning. What is the third one? Behavior. What does it mean, behavior? How do you capture this one? Like I told you, the guy who has been too good a go-getter in getting business, he fights with people. He throws the people. Has his behavior has been changed through interpersonal training, or a T training, or sensitive training? Is he applied and has he at least changed to some extent? Or still he fighting? Are the finance people, are they able to appreciate the problem faced by the marketing guys in the field? Are the HR guys, are they able to make a employee friendly policy to meet the marketing guys or the production guys? Is there any change in the behavior, in the sense not only body wise, behavior in your thinking, behavior in body? Otherwise HR guy think I'm the king. What you guys are doing? Marketing, I think HR guys, what the hell you know? You are sitting there in the office, I'm going to the field. Right. So has the behavior changed? If not drastically, is it going to change? Third one. What is the fourth one? Output. This is the final one. Like I told you, the training is start with the top down. My business, my productivity improved. My absent rate has come down. My accident has come down. My attrition has come down. My people's leadership capability has gone up. My budget presentation is better. My productivity is better. Production is better. Okay. My realization is better. My customer segment is better. That is where output is, right? I mean, from large scale up to the small scale up, attrition, absenteeism, and all those kind of. So if all these things are captured again in an Excel sheet, will it give you the respect training delivered? If you don't do that, if you do only that questionnaire which take it and file it, thrown it and all, then it will not be, it will not give a holistic kind of training effective. Anybody would like to have they will not mind even giving you big budget on training, big separate Now that is why we have L&D department, learning and development department, training. A lot of IT companies are started giving more importance to L&D and training. A lot of academicians, I think they're joining as L&D managers and training and development managers. They realized it because your skill set is changing, your technology is changing, your various style methods of working is changing. Unless X is not trained more on the technical side, he will not be able to deliver, right? So the training becomes, but at the same time, I can do all those means. But as it resulted, as this guy knows to operate in a new platform, new software, is he able to come and meet that requirement of European standard, or the client's expectation, satisfaction is better? If that expectation is not better, satisfaction is not better, your training is not. So what is the learning in the training? Now, how do you conclude training? 6 sentences, tell me. Whatever we talked last 1 hour, what are the 6 sentences in summary? Training is necessary, can be useful. There are different kinds of training. Starting from induction to leadership level. Second, third, training can be useful, but training cannot be a panacea. Training can solve training solvable problem. 5 point. So training needs to be more effective, more structured, more programmed. And for that, there can be different model. One model is Sheffield model, which is like a doctor's model. You diagnose, prescribe, execute, and implement. Diagnose means starting with the training need, identification instruments. Once that has to be done at a large scale, in-depth kind of things. So once that could be functional training need, that could be leadership training need, that could be interpersonal training need. What matters to a large extent to organization? In that process, you will take care of the training of an individual. You are not trying to educate the individual. We are trying to train the individual so that he can deliver the present job, future job, leadership role to meet the company goal. Okay, so that all has to be done properly. If you do it properly, then finally we have to prove we have the ownership of proving the training is effective. If I'm not effective, if simply say abstract manner, people will not respect you. So there could be again many model. One of the model which looks concise and conceptual, which I used it effectively, is Kirkpatrick model. Kirkpatrick model, most of the multinational even today they are using. They try and capture data on all the 4 angles. It doesn't mean that you cannot capture data from other angle. But if you capture at least essentially 4, so you will be able to tell somebody, hey, my training delivered. If you want to measure it, measure. This guy, they will reach says. If you HR guys or training guys want to be really show your confidence, tell the people, I delivered, you come and measure. Don't wait for the people to measure. You come and say that I delivered it, man. I want you to measure. My accident rate has come down. My productivity has gone up. My night productivity has gone up. My cost of productivity has come down. My same, like last year, there's a word called productivity frontier. Last year in car assembly unit, same technology, same platform, 100 people per hour produce, for example, 1,000 cars with 0.01% defect. Now this year, same apple to apple, same technology, same people, same process, production has gone up. Losses has come down. What does it mean? Training affected, right? That's what I said, apple to apple. Same platform, same process, same number of people, but per hour, my car output has gone more, my rejection rate has gone down. That is how you are supposed to prove. If you are prove, your training is expected. If you don't prove, your training will not have it. Will again like a abstract kind of things. Online student, are we summarizing correctly? Hello, next 5 minutes.
Yes, sir.
Anybody like to summarize? Any questions so far? There are 1 or 2 big training concepts which I don't think I'll be able to explain, which is taking a big way. That is called a OD training, which has become the training today. Okay, anyhow, I can make it a quick this thing. You see, OD training is, like I've written, it's called a problem solving approach, action research. How do we do research? Why do we do research? We do research to prove a hypothetical statement right by getting a empirical data, analyze with a lot of statistical, and conclude. That's what we do research. Now, when we do action research in OD training, what does it mean? For example, take same example of Biocon. In the night shift, production is going less, breakdown is more, raw material is getting wasted. Okay, production is less, breakdown is more, raw material is getting wasted. Very expensive raw material. What will you do? Call the general manager manufacturing or technical or shift engineer manufacturing, sack them or issue the charge it. Correct or not? Which is by and large done or not? Because nobody can afford a raw material which is very expensive, rarely available. There are some raw materials available in only one country. We call it API, active paraceutical ingredients. There are some of the APIs are one batch is getting rejected, 40 crores. What will I do? I have to sack the plant president, right? GM plant. What is the implication of that? I lost a good plant president by sacking. What is the guarantee the other guy will come and then this kind of incident will not happen? You got my point. This is a problem. Like you said, one batch can really get you nowhere. So what is the action? Sack the guy, charge it, suspend, play politics. Engineer will say manufacturing, manufacturer will say engineer, or HR guy will say this, or manufacturing guy says HR has not given people. You play. Or sack people. Or forget it after some time. After a hue and cry, forget it. 1, 2, 3 scenarios. OD says no, not this method. OD says I will try to diagnose the problem through action research method in a positive development clinical manner. I'm using the word, OD is using the word concept called action research based diagnostic, prescriptive, clinical, understanding, development, note control, note firing. Now, how will you do it? OD is called. Now, when the problem happens, the CO will not come into picture. He will be out. There's a OD trained consultant. Could be you have inside, or there are very few people like me who got more exposure. Theory, practicality, working online, offline, understanding, and also studied the psychology of how to understand people. That word written, unfreeze, freeze, rephrase, various kinds of ecosystem. All those theory this guy studied. He is a qualified OD trainer. He takes a situation, not the bosses. First condition is we call OD exercise. Second condition is there has to be OD consultant who's either trained guy, probably from inside, which is very rare, or from outside. Third is the CEO and the big bosses are out. Fourth is we call it OD clients. Who are the OD client? Whosoever involved in the process, manufacturing, chemist, engineer, supplier, the supply chain guy who supplied the raw material, HR guy who supplied the manpower. All those guys who could be related that. Them we call them as a client. Okay, maybe 5 manufacturing chemists, 2 GM plant guy, 1 or 2 HR guys, the guy who bought the raw material, the guy who issued material from there. Lot of these guys could be put 50 people as we call them client. We'll put them. We'll talk to them, not that firing mood. We will restrain from giving direction, control. We will put them at ease, unfreeze them. Come on, sit down. Nothing is going to happen. You sit down. You relax. Use all psychological doses. Unfreeze. Be little cool. Try to find out. Now, I will also not, I'm the OD consultant. You are all OD client. I will also not give ideas and direction. Even if I know, I have to restrain myself. Giving, this should be like this. No. Encourage you to list down on the board. What all could happen? Marketing, I will say some. Supply chain guy will say something, or manufacturing guy say something. This time API is not good compared to the last one. Or the engineer guys are last time you not paid the overtime in time. The 10 technical machinist guy, 4 guys taken leave, 4 guys were on over duty. They were not able to attend to that. All those things will come on because you are encouraging openly through psychological, not control kind of method. So then this guys only. I am encouraging the client to define the problem, depend a problem in an action research method. Are you getting my point? So you guys only list down 20 to 30 problems. Once you list down, then I help you. You think in this kind of, there are some problem solving techniques, Kepner-Treko's problem solving technique. There are some way of defining a problem. Some way you get into must and wants. Some way you get into conceptual cause and effect. That time I give you training. Are you getting my point? I'm just making it short. This takes one class to explain to you, but since there's a shortage of time. So that part I'll give you training. How do you define a problem? How do you approach a problem? How do you undertake a research? You take this, what McKinsey does it? Only this they do it. McKinsey, all of you know, no? Big concern. Their method is simply this one. Action research method in trying to solve a company's problem. So we identified it. Then we teach you the training. How do you define a problem? How do you plot a problem? Which are the must and wants of a problem? Which are the unnecessary things you can take out from a problem? How do you narrow down, eliminate? With this all training we give you. So again, after the training, you from 30, you probably come down to 10. You narrow down. So you defined a problem. You got a solution or not? So once you define the problem, automatically the solution will come. Then the same people will be encouraged how you are going to correct it. You give the action program. Right? HR guy will come, okay, I will keep some 5-6 people, temporary people. Every shift in the night shift separate. The supply chain guy will say, I will make sure that 2-3 quality control takes place before this kind of API comes in. So now when you talk in this line, manufacturing guy say, night shift, it is a winter session. I will put 2 manufacturing chemists to supervise. Engineering guy will say, I will improve my maintenance schedule more. These are the things which can stop it, right? Not that sacking the people. So what will happen at the end? These guys won't learn to how to define a problem, how to foresee a problem, how to get themselves involved, how to themselves committed, how to train themselves. Do you think it's going to be a wonderful solution OD training or not? ownership will be high, commitment is high, they will not be demoralized, you will not lose people. They are sacking people, creating terror. Will it solve the problem today, tomorrow? Will it this solve continuously or not this problem? That is what we call OD train. I'm involved in I like to do a lot of OD train. Anywhere. Attrition is more, let's use OD. You're going to OD, na? Not simply firing it. So define a problem scientifically, psychologically, logically. There are a lot of problem solving techniques available. One is Kepner-Trekos. You can write out KPNER Treco. Kepner-Trekos problem solving techniques. KEPNER, Kepner-Treco. TREQUE, Kepner-Treco. Problem solving. There are a lot many techniques are available. Then here I written Kurt-Lewin's unfreeze, freeze, refreeze. That is where we train you. You only define a problem, you only solve it. We only facilitate you by giving psychological tools and techniques to enable you to think better in a very positive, cool atmosphere, not threatening atmosphere. According to me, this is going to have a big say in future. Do you people, online student, do you think OD training will be more useful? Online student, are you there or are you already left?
There, sir.
There,
You
sir.
think you think OD training will become more useful future?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Have you understood OD training? Though I'm trying to rush through. Have you understood the concept?
Yes, sir.
It involves more of a problem solving technique, defining the problem, encouraging people, facilitating people, educate, train them to think differently, to define a problem, and then also train them to give a solution, and then make them the ownership commitment to implement it. It's a complete capsule of training. Done? Any question? I know Sunday you guys want to go. Any question, online student? Can we say bye-bye for today?
No, sir.
No. What do you want to tell me now? Any other questions?
No,
Has it been
sir.
a good session today?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
A good session. Okay, you used our 3 hours effectively, right? Even you
Yeah.
are
Yes, sir.
accountable. You are accountable. I am accountable, right? 3 hours is a big time. That one Sunday. Correct. You also have your job, your family. So you are sitting 3 hours. I also have a big jobs. Tomorrow morning onwards, I'm a CEO for 10 days. You know all of you, right? I'm 8 days a faculty, 10 days I'm a CEO of a 6 company. Tomorrow morning I'm on the way to Delhi. So all of us time is more important. Okay, guys, anytime you are most welcome to connect with me on my LinkedIn or my mail or phone. Okay, so today we'll say bye-bye for today. We'll see you in the next class.
Thank
Done?
you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
you.
sir.
Done, sir, Raghu? You can say our class was effective or not effective. Like you got the appointment letter first. No, fine. Everything has to be. It was like a word. See, the you will help you a lot. Otherwise, what you do politics? Correct? What we do naturally, we don't define a problem. We don't want to accept a problem. And whatever I did, do you think it's difficult to do? Whether in your recruitment or in training, do you think it's any difficult? It's fun, cool, you'll enjoy, you like it. Provided you know how to go about it. But Raghu, anything else you find it not doable? They will also get into that. Once you get the fun of it, na? Why I'm so much charged? Na? Because I know how to do it, what to do, whichever. It's like, for example, delivering a lecture to you guys for 3 hours is not an easy job. But I don't find it difficult because I know what to do, how to do. If I have to go through your textbook and PPT and do it, it will help for me, help for you. I'll tell you. So whatever you talked about recruit, it requires work. In any case, you are working also, na? What is a big tool? You cannot do it in training and assessment. If you have 300 people, 3,000, take first only the 50 guys. first job, like I taught you guys. For the 50 guys only you analyze, close it. Then go to who to the next big important guys, maybe my 30, 40 product manufacturing guys. Take them, assess the training. It's a big deal. You know the nuances, you know the technology, you know how to prop it. You can have a brainstorming. That much, so all of us are educated. We have qualification, we know common sense, right? Just because we are not willing to go that 1, 2, 3, 4 systematic manner, we are lost. Nothing difficult in my style, whether I taught you recruitment style or a training style, it's not a rocket science I taught you. I only taught you how to go about it systematically. And that helps you. Achha, again, other thing, this is going to help you in your career otherwise or not? OD approach will you apply in all other things or not? That's why I thought, though, in 5 minutes, let me give a quick rundown. Maybe next class, I will again start with the rebriefing this one so that everybody gets into. It will help you personally everywhere, right? Any problem, any industry I sit as a CEO or any, immediately automatically comes to me. So people say, why are you cool, sir? One of my chairman asked, sir, why everybody is happy to work with you? He asked me this question. All I'm seeing are all difficult people, cultured, non-cultured people, dirty people also happy with you working. Anything wrong with you? You know, it was a compliment. It was also question mark. You know, are you really siding with them? Everybody's happy working with you. What is it? He's asked me. His name is Sanjay Singh. He asked me bluntly, sir, I'm seeing everybody happy working with you. Not with us. Why? Are you really yielding to them? His model. Then I told him, this is what you have been doing. So much of control, too much of suspicion, too much of changing people, too much of not having win-win. So you get into the trouble. I have a lot of positives now. I clarify them. I make the life easy for them. I give them importance. I train them. I don't train them formally. I train them every minute. They don't know they are getting trained. Correct? Now, they are not getting trained. They don't know. So at the end of the day, when the result comes, they are too happy. See, every human being happy in contributing. Not that you don't want to contribute to your job. Result comes before your owner, your boss, you will be happy first. If that is the case, what is the problem? We are not making you to contribute. One statement. Hindrances. Not clarity, not training, not motivation, not giving the right job like Portman. Because every human being wants to contribute. Even if you wear a nice dress combination, you're happy. Today I'm wearing a nice dress combination. Even really at my age of 66, I feel happy in wear a nice dress, nice belt, nice shoe. Correct, Raghu? It's a human nature. Even when I see my grandson, 1.5 years, and walks and jumps, he feels happy he's able to walk. That child also happy. That see, I'm able to walk. I'm able to run and catch you. I, at the age of 66 also, I feel I'm able to train. I'm able to reduce my belly. I caught into my right jeans. Correct, Raghu? This is applicable. That is a psychological statement. Why people are failing? Because of the bosses. Not giving the right kind of role clarity, not giving the training, not giving the motivation, not having their OD approach. So I want to take the OD at a large scale. Any industry, they say, come on, I'll do OD. Anyhow, thanks a lot. We'll catch up maybe after 2 weeks. Next week. And your presentation and all, I will only see. Because when I see presentation in your class, I will not be able to deliver. Correct? And that is not going to, that is not a right, that is a mandatory requirement for evaluation purpose. But here, what is the minimum goal? You go through all the system and clear exam. What is the maximum goal? You learn a lot. I'm educating you, not training you. In many industries, they have all this problem, right? Not having that clarity. OD says one of the very good principle of OD. If the top management is not professionalized, not competent, middle management will degenerate or quit. This is a statement of OD training. We need many things on the top management. If they are professionalized, they are competent, they are well versed, middle management will automatically perform. They'll be happy. If the top management doesn't come into 3, middle management will degenerate slowly otherwise, or quit, which is right or not. This is the first lesson we learn in OD theory. I think off late little changed for last 5, 10 years, 15 years. Before, in my time and all that oneers and that chamchas, even I'm taking the Birlas, they were into that. Guy has come with very educated guy with all those modern concepts, technology and all those things. All those 20-volt chamchas worked with the father for 20. Hey, what this young guy will do? That kind of approach. He proved it, the whole world. In 2 years, sold 20 companies, concentrated on profit-making company. Entered into quite new business, like including carbon and all. He dictated the world, I'm here. So it's not experience. Experience will teach you how to tolerate and things like that. But only education and training can take you to the different level. Okay, guys, see you. Next time, if need be, I will teach you that one. OD. You remind me, in case they want more exercise, we can do that. Otherwise, I'm planning to do PMS. Now, what will you do with the students who are not attended the class? Raghu, what is the OD will do for this? You think they will go through the lectures? No. Correct. They will not go through. Huh?
Very tough, to dedicate 3 hours of time.
It's not. It's easy. It's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy.
That's why I prefer coming here.
It's easy.
I'll be dedicated sitting here for 3 hours.
You don't have to read 10 books, Raghu. This 3 hours, if you see positively, it's equivalent to reading, I don't know how many books. You got it like a capsule. You put one capsule, you are through. And it is not for your MBA examination or anything. It will go lifelong. There, what you studied in OD last 5 minutes, I don't know where all it will help you in your life, right? Chalo guys, see you. All the best. It's not mine. I think they will take. Thank you. Oh. Boss is giving you some treat or please,
Sir, you hear the story. You sit here and
what
big story.
What is the story?
It is unbelievable, sir. If I tell you, you will beat me.
After that, I catch bus.
Don't say that.
I went with an accident. Commit accident. Okay. With another Ola driver or another lorry driver, another car driver. Whatever it is. Yellow board or white board, whatever board it is. Now,